All right. Good Friday morning. This is a rare one here, man. Normally I don't stream this early, but I seen that Chris Hansen dropped his full uncensored interview with him and EDP. Now, clips of this was in the EDP documentary that we all seen. And this will probably be the last thing that I do pertaining to this topic. But I haven't watched it yet. I was actually trying to finish setting up the stream and going through and typing down some of the craziest comments from across the YouTube world, that multiple videos from the reactions from those people that actually watched this. Now, I didn't watch their reactions. I just went to the comment section to see what people were saying because I honestly want to give you guys my honest opinion about stuff. So we're going to stream this. I am not going to talk too much. I am going to pause it after a few minutes at a time because I don't want to get copyright struck by Chris Hansen. So anyway, without further ado, let's get some of these comments going at the bottom down there. You guys can laugh at some of that. And on top of that, we're going to get this party started. So let's go ahead and watch EDP make an ass of himself, because honestly, the investigation, before we get into it, the investigation is back open and charges could be pending. And in this interview, this could be used against him in a court of law. So let's listen to Chris Hansen grill EDP.
Last week on Have a Seat, we spoke with Mike Klum, the director and filmmaker who put together a documentary called The Sick Mind of EDP445. Incredibly well done. Well, on this episode of Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, you are going to see my entire interview with Bryant Moreland, EDP445, that I conducted a while back for Mike Klum's documentary.
I wonder what it's like to have to sit down with a guy like that, knowing what he done pretty much said outright that he is guilty of trying to do. I mean, Chris Hansen has come across a lot of sick people in his line of work. But this is like extreme cringe, if that makes sense. Just that documentary and the little clips from your interview in that documentary paints a very sick picture about EDP. So anyway, more power to you, man.
Hold on, you're in for a ride. Who is EDP 445?
He is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan that is kind of obsessed with the team.
All Philadelphia Eagles fans should literally, and I seen a comment, it's strolling down on the banner. Got a fucking gnat flying in here. It's that time of year. That should say that said that all Philly fans should chant "lock him up" at all Philadelphia Eagles home games. If I'm a fan of a football team and that football franchise bandwagon of fans know that you are pretty much admitting that you like young girls, okay, I would, as a fan, I will go to every game just to try to start a chant saying "lock you up," like for real. Like the Philadelphia Eagles should distance themselves as far away from you as possible, because I don't think nobody in that organization is for what you're about. Just saying. I bet you won't go to Lincoln Financial Stadium to attend the Eagles game. a lot of people have seen this video. 2 million have seen Chris Hansen's, and a lot more have seen the documentary. The chances of somebody knowing you at that game and know who you are, and Philly fans are fucking rude as fuck. I thought the Patriots fans were rude. I have been to Lincoln Financial Stadium. And don't let it be a Cowboys-Eagles game. I went up there when the Falcons played them a couple years ago with Kirk Cousins, when Saquon Barkley dropped that ball. Thank you, Saquon. And we whooped y'all. Some of the most rudest motherfuckers in the world. So I can only imagine what they'll do to you if you were to attend one of those games. So, yeah, I will stay far away from Lincoln Financial Stadium. I wouldn't even attempt to go to any NFL game if the Eagles are playing in your area. It's not going to be probably a good time for you.
He loves to have fun. He loves to be wild. He loves to enjoy himself and have a good time, and at the same time making sure that his friends and family are taken care of.
Is he a predator?
No.
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 What does EDP445 mean? What does it stand for?
Stands for Eat That Pussy 445.
The look on Chris Hansen's face. Now, I want to know something. If you never had sex, what's up, random black guy? Morning, man. If you never had sex and all you did was watch a lot of porn, how would you know how to eat pussy? Eating pussy takes skill, by the way. It's not just it's not something that you can just learn from watching porn or instructional videos. It's actually a skill that is learned by actually trying to do the actual job. Ask me how I know. I've been married going on 20 years. I can tell you. If you've never done it before and you attempt to do it for the first time, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. And most women find guys that use vulgar names in their profile pics and stuff like that. They don't find it attractive. They find that kind of weird and gross. Like pound that pussy, eat that pussy, big dick, screws, like stuff like that. Women actually find kind of cringe. Only the young and naive find that kind of attractive. Just saying. So I don't get why you name yourself that. But the face of Chris Hansen, it's like, really eat that pussy, huh? Stuff you've never done before. Jesus.
And who came up with that?
I did. I remember, I think it was like back in 2000, what was it? Like 2010, 2011. I was sitting back at the computer desk. I was actually watching porn, to be honest with you. And I wanted to just make like I wanted to make a YouTube channel, but I wasn't really sure what to call it, you know? And I chose that name, and I just closed my eyes and I just typed random numbers upon the keyboard. And it was actually 6 numbers, but I just narrowed it down to 3. And 445 was.
Now that's a lie. Yeah, keyword was had. Now that's a lie. We all seen the documentary, okay? We all seen that you got up from jacking it, went and stepped on the scale and weighed yourself, and you weighed 445 pounds, and you like, that's it right there, right? So you just told a lie. I'm not even, how many minutes am I? I'm not even 2 minutes in, and you already told a lie based on what you said in the documentary. Now, what type of shit is that? Once again, I am not going to report no more on this. I just want to react to this documentary, this sit-down interview. After this, I am going back to doing other reactions. Because I'm hoping that Kern County and then the case with Kayla, because this was a Sophia case in Kern County, but I hope the case with what's that, Alex Rosin, he played along with the shit. But I hope that the charges with Kayla, they open up a case against you with the Kayla stuff, and then you get found guilty. That'll probably be the last video I have to make about you or react to. So after this, I'm going back to normal stuff, because the grossness in this alone is fucking sick.
What was left?
EDP445.
Yeah, there.
Who is Alex Rosen?
Why are you still using bots for your meetings? How
That's
else
right,
am I
guys.
gonna
I'm
remember
too
what
cheap for
happened?
YouTube
Just use
Premium.
canola.
Alex Rosen, I'm guessing, is a guy that decided to he's on his vigilante quest to go out and try to catch predators, but in my honest opinion, in a very unprofessional way.
How did he first come into contact with you?
I first came into contact with him during the whole what was it, the whole setup
Sting operation.
sting operation in Bakersfield over there on Mount Vernon. I
Yeah, you know, where you got caught going to get cupcakes from a 13-year-old girl, and then you abused that wall. We all remember. We remember. That wall didn't deserve what it got. But we all remember. We remember that wall. And the wall we shall not forget. And the wall we trust.
parked at the Rite Aid across the street. I mean, you've seen the video, right?
Right.
Parked at the Rite Aid across the street. Walked over. There's like apartments that go up in like a slope, kind of. You know what I mean? Parked right here. Walked over, and as I was walking up, he must have been hiding. I'm guessing by the wall where the Jack in the Box was. You know, I didn't see him, obviously. Came up from behind, and that's the first time I ever met him.
You
Why
got
did
that
you
shit
show
right.
up that day? Why did you go to that location? What did you think was going to happen?
I showed up to that location that day, trying to, obviously meet up with an underage girl. Again,
Now, back when all this first went down, I think this was in 2021, nothing happened because what's his name? Alex Rosen fucked it up. Him and his little ninja buddy fucked it up. Okay? Because they acted like the 13-year-old girl after they got wind of what was going on, because that Raven guy tipped them off about him talking to a underage girl. Okay? Instead of them going to the police with it, they went and confronted him. Okay? So once again, for those of you that aren't aware of what happened, that is what transpired. That's exactly why nothing came down at the time with the Bakersfield case in California in Kern County. Now that he is actively and actually doing both, he's actively and actually coming out and confessing what his intentions were. Because having text messaging and stuff, and you know, we can all fabricate text messaging. There are apps that you can do, and you can text yourself, right? And make it seem like it's coming from another number, because you can spoof a number, right? But with him coming out and saying that he had intentions of doing some stuff, because we heard in the documentary with the 13-year-old girl, it's the basis of why they're opening back up that case out of Kern County, California. Okay? Because stupid thought that, which I'm glad he's there. I'm glad he's dumb. I'm glad he's lacking in the common sense department. And that actually happens when you get too fat. The cognitive functions of your brain, because of constant inflammation on the brain, causes you to lose brain cells. It's a fact. Fat cells kill brain cells because you ain't getting enough oxygen in the blood up there to keep the cells healthy. That's a fact, okay? And then his immune system shutting down because of kidney failure. So that's having a lot of psychological effects on the brain. Don't take it from me. Look it up. So for him to openly admit to this is why that case is being opened back up, because he wanted attention. You know, I'm going to confess now. Ain't nothing they can do about it. But yeah, that's not how the law works. Just ask Donald Trump and all those other people that's getting hemmed up for some shit they did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So keep that in mind.
You know what I mean? And I guess you can say, I don't know, trying to have sex. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
You trying to have sex with a 13?
Now remember the original video with him and Alex Rosen, he said he was going to get cupcakes. He didn't admit to going to go fuck. He said, I'm just going to get cupcakes, because that's what was in the text messaging stuff, right? Now he's admitting, yeah, I was trying to go fuck a 13-year-old. That's what caused him to open his case back up. Fucking retard.
Girl.
For the most part, yep.
That's a crime.
Of course.
Why did you do it?
Well, see, the thing is, right? A lot of people have to, and again, I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying
Well,
to.
you shouldn't justify it because it's
Right.
not justifiable. It's a crime.
Right. You know, but at the same time, I'm trying to.
It's predatory.
Right, I understand, and I'm trying to get people to understand, you know, where I was in that state of mind at that time. You know what I mean? The thing is with YouTube, right, and it all kind of goes back to whatever. The thing is with YouTube is that, you know, being that popular and having that much money and having that much of a following and stuff, you know, the power kind of gets to your head. You know what I mean?
No, Chris Hansen face just. He's like, this is one lying fat sack of shit. No, the power doesn't go to your head unless you allow it to. I don't know too many big YouTubers. Well, Wings of Redemption is another sick fuck. But I don't know too many YouTubers, besides real fat nasty ones, for some odd reason, that believes that once they get famous that they are above the law. That they can just do whatever. Chris Hansen is like rich, more rich than what EDP ever accumulated on YouTube, right? Like, we all know Chris Hansen is a multi-millionaire. Yeah, exactly. That's how his face, it's priceless. He's like, boy, you a lying motherfucker. Just say that you just wanted to do it because you wanted to do it. Having fame on YouTube doesn't mean that you can do what you want to do, because guess what? When your channel got terminated, you still pursued and doing dumb shit. In the documentary, your channel got terminated, but you still have this affection to go after underage children because you named your AI girlfriend, aged her under the age of 18. So it ain't because YouTube and you got famous on YouTube and had 1 million+ subscribers on YouTube. That's a psychological thing. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Michael Jordan is a billionaire. Jed York, the owner of the 49ers, worth $500 million, okay? Just got busted on a fictitious prostitution sting because he decided to try to get him a prostitute, which is illegal in Ohio, out in Wheat Hill, and got busted by cops. He is a filthy rich, successful owner of a franchise that your team plays against at least once a year. And he had enough common sense to go and try to get some legal ass. Nah, you just lacking in common sense. That's bullshit.
You kind of get the big head a little bit, you know what I mean? You kind of have this whole sensation, you know, and this whole tendency of, you know, you think that you can't be touched, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much why I showed up, you know what I mean?
I know y'all probably noticed too.
Very lonely.
I'm drinking a lot more water to stay hydrated. I'm trying to get used to drinking more water because my body's going through changes with the muscle growth that's been going on with me for recovery. And I realized that I ain't been drinking enough water. And then when you talk for long periods of time, your throat get dry and all that. So that's why you see me sipping on a lot of water. So just want to put that out there. So I know you guys kind of probably noticed in the last few videos, just trying to stay hydrated because I thought I was drinking enough water. And then I realized I wasn't drinking enough water. So now I'm trying to drink enough water. So that's what's going on with that.
Didn't really have anybody to interact with, you know what I mean? So,
But there's being lonely
mm-hmm.
and preying upon a 13-year-old girl.
You're right.
Being lonely is finding somebody who is of legal age, whether it requires you spending money or whatever it requires to be with and to do what you need to do to not be lonely. This is a sexually charged conversation with someone who told you she was 13.
Right.
Sophie, who reached out to whom first?
She did.
She reached out to you.
Or Alex Rosen or whoever it was.
Alex Rosen posed as a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
I just found your YouTube channel. Why are you so funny? She says. You say because I keep it real on those faggots. That's why.
Hey, would you like your very own Shopify store? We're literally and completely free, by the way. We are live streaming right.
I'm 13. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, you told me. We're just chatting. We cool. That makes up you and about 99% of my no pussy getting faggot fan base.
I'm trying to understand why is he using that type of language. Talking to a 13-year-old. Call his fan base no pussy getting faggots and faggots. That's I don't know if that's your way of trying to sound tough. Because we've seen this part in the actual documentary. That's why I'm like, yeah, this is we've seen this part before in the documentary. But that doesn't make you sound tough. Because how do you know that most of your fan base are virgins? Because listen, when I was 16, I was fucking in high school as a sophomore. Well, junior. Sophomore, junior, yeah, 16. Yeah, I was a sophomore when I turned 16 and became a junior before I turned 17. So sophomore in the junior year. So you'd be surprised how many 16-year-olds are fucking. Okay? That's just because you wasn't getting no ass from somebody in your age group doesn't mean a 16-year-old boy isn't fucking a 16-year-old girl. Because there were plenty of us when we were 16 back in the day fucking in our age bracket at school. 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. I'm not understanding. Now, times are different now because most little young 16-year-old boys are timid. You know, this is a thing and they can fucking whack their tallywhackers all fucking day, little fire hose, so they have no desire to go out and actually try to talk to a 16, 17-year-old girl or take her to a prom or nothing like that. They too much of a pussy to do it. But when I was 16, having a driver's license or man, what? So I mean, that statement is fucking. That's a weird statement. Maybe he thought talking to a 13-year-old girl was gonna with that mindset was cool. I mean, what if her parents curse all the time? You ever thought about that? Like, I don't know. I that dawned on me like, boy, no pushy faggot getting fan base. But you don't know who's fucking and who isn't fucking. I digress.
Okay, bet. So she makes it clear,
Right.
or Alex Rosen posing as this girl makes it clear that she's 13.
Right.
And the conversation gets sexual,
Right.
graphically sexual. There's grooming.
Right.
You seem so shy and nervous, you say. Yeah, haha, I was nervous. My hands were sweaty. There's no need to be nervous. Just be yourself. Sophie says, you're a YouTuber. I watch and I got to talk to you. It made me nervous. Oh, that's so adorable. Remember, I'm just normal. What are you thinking at that point? What's going on in your head when you're having that discussion at that stage of the chat?
And it's been almost 4 years ago, dude. I'm still like,
But we're not talking about a passing conversation with someone whose age you didn't know.
Mhm.
This was someone who made it very clear
Right.
that she was 13. And how old were you at the time? 30?
29, 30, somewhere around there, yeah.
She says, I'm always...
So, 16 to 17 years difference. That's some sick shit, man. I'm sorry. That's just sick. Listen, Hugh Hefner was the owner of Playboy, right? The CEO of the Playboy Bunnies and all that. That's when porn was brought to cable TV for you young motherfuckers out there. Okay. Hugh Hefner, up until the day that he died in the mansion, had girls that was of legal age that were like 40 or 50, almost some cases 60 years younger than him. Okay? But they was legal. Yeah, some of 19, 20, 21, fucking an 80-year-old man. But they was legal. Age matters. Once you cross that threshold and you become grown, age matters. The moment you turn 18 years old, 15-year-olds is that's out of the question. You are grown. I don't care if it's 3 years or 3-year difference. In some states, that's not considered. No, you're grown. You are technically grown. So it's 18 and up once you turn 18. 17 will still make them a minor in most states. Even though they can be tried as an adult, they're still considered a minor once you cross the 18-year threshold. That's just facts. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. I'm not trying to neither, because that's diving deep into a sick man's psyches.
Cold. Oh, poor thing. Wish I could hug you, warm you up. When and where, she says. Hopefully soon. I just don't want to come off as weird. It comes off as pretty weird to me. Do you regret any of this?
Of course. Of course I do. You know what I mean? And, obviously there's been people out there that say that, oh, he has no remorse or no regret. Listen, man, they're entitled to their own opinion. Trust me, I get it. You know what I mean? But it's like, you can't sit back and say like, I don't have any regrets or no remorse. It's like, you don't even like, they're not in my head. They don't know what I'm going through 24.
God, man, your fucking legs is ashy as shit. Them shoes, I don't know, the New Balances. And you was 30, so this is like what fucking 5? So you're 35 and you're bald like that? Lord, boy, goddamn, listen, I got hair, right? I just got receding little hairline, but I like wearing caps because caps keeps my head cool when I'm outside, sweat. These beanie caps and stuff catches the sweat, right? Especially when I work out. That's why I wear them a lot of times. Ain't got nothing to do with me worry about losing hair. I'm going to lose hair. Matter of fact, I'm bald on top of my motherfucking head right now. Like, I'll be 40 this year. Got a little bald spot about this big on that John Cena shit, right? But you want to warm up a fucking 13-year-old girl. I just want to warm you up. Yeah, he doesn't care. Let's get back to this interview, man, because I want to see the parts because a lot of this we didn't see in the documentary, so they were taking out the best parts. So let's get back to it, man. That's
or 7 for them to even make that type of statement. You know what I mean? So
you blocked her at some point,
right?
What was behind that?
I knew that it was wrong. It was highly illegal, and I knew that it was the right thing to do at the time. Then I unblocked her, obviously.
Why did you unblock her? Had you just blocked her and been done with it and done the right thing, then we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation today. You would still likely have a YouTube channel making a lot of money and not the scourge of the internet for being a predator.
That channel would be gone, but still, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Why didn't you just keep her blocked? Why did you open the door again to let her in?
Like I mentioned before, just being lonely, not really having anybody to confide in, to communicate with, you know what I mean?
Here's how I eat low-carb, high-protein meals every day. These are my lunches this week. Eating carnivore or keto is
not really having any.
That's right, guys.
I'm
too cheap YouTube Premium. So, I'm actually giving Chris Hansen the actual
life at the time was like, let me see, wake up, do cameos, different shout out videos, stuff like that.
Nobody your age you could have hung out with.
No
women your age you could date. You had.
Nah, it's called a prostitute. And you know what? I listen. I just thought about this. Since he never had any from a woman, I believe that the fear of him not being able to please the woman is why he decided to go after underage girls that didn't know anything about sex. Because don't no underage girl, especially virgins, know anything about sex. Listen, I'm going to make myself big for this analogy here. I'm going to make myself really big. I want you guys to see my fucking face when I say this, okay? And a lot of y'all heard this terminology before from older people, right? You know when you first lose your virginity, you think you the shit, right? You think you can't be touched. You just, oh yeah, I pounded that shit out, blah 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 blah. My grandfather said something to me a long time ago. I was about 21, 22. I'd been married at this time for roughly 2 years. And you know, I'm thinking I'm Doc Johnson, Big Dick Johnson. I'm plowing it, I'm having fun. And I remember my grandpa was talking, you know, guys talk, you know, everybody's talking about sex and blah blah, right? And I brought the fact how many women I slept with this time, and you know, I'm thinking I'm doing shit. And my grandpa looked at me and said these words. He said, "Boy, see you fucking, but you ain't fucking. Grandpa be fucking, okay?" And I never understood what he meant at the time, okay? Because, you know, my grandpa was 80 now. Back then, he was like in his mid-60s. Well, no, early 60s. So at that time, I ain't no way you and my grandma doing all, ain't no fucking way, right? Ain't no fucking way. But as I got older, I realized that fucking and fucking are two different things. It's like Bernie Mac said, you got to give her the dick, right? In that Def Comedy Jam stand up. Never understood what it meant by giving her the dick. Never understood it, okay? But I understand now because that comes with experience. See, a 5-minute pump, 10-minute pump, you just beating up shit ain't fucking. Causing pain to the pussy isn't fucking. You just destroying shit. Fucking is an art form. And you'll learn that as you get older. Okay? So, my belief now, besides maybe selling too many uncle's laps when he was younger and one of them decided to touch him like Woozy Al touched Mr. Garrison. Give a hoot, don't pollute, okay? Like, you know, you touched Mr. Garrison in the South Park episode. Don't take my pee-pee, okay? Don't give a hoot, don't give a hoot, don't pollute, okay? You know, y'all got the South Park episode with Woozy Al when they went inside of Garrison's head, not Garrison, Mr. Mackey's head, and they had to get Freddy Krueger, and they had to go through the dream layers, and Woozy Al had molested Mr. Mackey. I believe that happened to EDP because most pedophiles and people that have been molested, they tend to go after younger kids. But at the same sense, he never had sex. So instead of making a complete ass of yourself, you go after the innocent child. It's still sick, but I'm starting to kind of see why he did what he did, which I'm not making an excuse for. Like I say, I think he deserved to be taken out back and put down like old fucking Yeller. Because I'm a father of a 10-year-old girl, okay? And a 7-year-old son. I don't condone none of that fucking bullshit, okay? But I wish his psychiatrist would have came out and said some shit, but of course she can't reveal everything that they talk about. But I'm willing to, yeah. Hey, what's up, Lucy? I believe he was, but I'm willing to bet he was molested coming up, and since he ain't slept with a legal girl of his age, he preys on innocence because they don't understand what sex really is. They don't know. Don't know 13-year-old really know what the fuck sex is. So you go out to the young kids because you can't make a fool of yourself. They don't know if you did a good job or not. And that's fucking sick, really. Like, it's disgusting.
To pick on a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
You laugh at this.
Well, I mean, I know where you're trying to go at this, and
I know where I'm going with it because it's
Fucking sick fuck.
It's wrong.
right. I know.
It's illegal. Had Alex Rosen not botched this, you might be in prison right now.
Thank God he didn't.
Well, you could look at it two ways. Maybe prison is where you belong because of this.
If it was where I belong, I'd be in shackles right now. So,
And listen, that might be coming down the pike real soon, buddy. Oh yeah, y'all can't even see it. My bad. Let me bring that. Yeah, shit. My bad. Y'all can't even see it. There we go. Sorry about that. Forgot to put myself out there. Yeah. It's. Oh, I got you a question second. Yeah. Yeah. So listen, Jada Pickett had a porn addiction. She came out and said she had a porn addiction. But I never heard of Jada Pickett Smith fucking with underage kids. Now, she did sleep with fucking Jaden Smith's friend or whatever the fuck. But Will Smith is a little bit out there himself. They're like swingers in their fucking marriage. And both Jada and Will kids are fucked up. I mean, Willow with that song "Wrap My Head Back and Forth." I remember that shit back in like 2013. I'm in my head back and forth. Every girl sung that song. I didn't understand what was so awesome about that fucking song. But Willow don't know if she wants to be a boy or a girl, and Jaden don't know if he wants to be a boy or a girl. And Jada got alopecia, lost her hair, but she never fucked with a underage child. We all don't watch porn. And when you get addicted to anything, even when it's good, it's a bad thing. Like working out too much. I'm going through that shit right now. Working out too much is a bad thing. You can't constantly beat your body up and not give it rest and think that's good. No, the accumulative stress will build up. And then you'll have recovery issues and problems. Your immune system will suffer. And then, you got to take some time off, which is, I done pull back a little bit. Besides doing that 1,000 pound leg press yesterday, I've been setting PRs all this week. But you can't blame your attraction to kids on a porn addiction. Unless you're watching kiddie porn, porn doesn't make you want to fuck kids. It's either A, you was molested coming up, or B, you didn't want to embarrass yourself with a real woman, so you want to go after kids. That is it. Or a combination of both. Now, unless you're watching child porn, which, buddy, you should have been busted a long time ago. There are so many child pornography dudes getting busted because of child porn. It's not even funny. So unless you're watching child porn, which I'm not saying he isn't, because he probably is, then hey. But don't know normal porn makes you want to touch kids. If you're watching grown-ass women and men fuck, that's not going to make you fucking kids. I'm sorry. That's just bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
And that's not me, like, that's not me upon like being nonchalant about it or anything like that. I mean, see, the thing is with me, it's like I've been, I've had like what, 3.5 coming on 4 years to deal with this, you know what I mean? Back and forth conversations, had enough time to think about it.
No neck having motherfucker.
My thing is this, man, and I don't want to come off as like, I don't give a damn about it. It's this or it's that. Like, my entire thing about it is like I've moved on and I've tried to like, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to sit back and dwell on something that's like,
But there are people who think you should have gone to prison for this.
Right. I understand
and you see why they would think that.
I understand. Totally.
You admit in the conversation with this Sophie, I can't do this. Honestly, we can be friends and be cool. I can't do this shit. This is something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. I hope you aren't upset or angry by this. At this point, you seem to be seriously concerned about having sex with this girl who told you that she's a virgin.
Right.
If you had walked away at this point, none of this goes down.
None of that wouldn't have went down, but since Alex Rosen had all of that stuff and that Raven guy had a lot of that stuff, it would have still made it to the internet that he was trying to solicit sex from a minor. So his career was already over. The moment he engaged in sexual conversations with a minor. The very first time he sent a text back saying anything sexual to that underage minor, his career was over. Because he was talking to Alex Rosen, and then that Raven dude had all the other stuff. So it was gonna still make the internet. Like he was done. So I had to disagree with you on that one, Chris Hansen. He was fucking done. He was toast. He wouldn't have got charged with nothing because Alex Rosen was acting like Sophie at that point in time. But his career online, oh, he was fucked. He was fucked. He was really fucked. And had they went and just gave the cops just those text messages alone, and the cops would have decided to do their own legal investigation and then continue to play alone like they was a 13-year-old girl, and having him make contact with them, this would have been a whole different ball game. Because in order to have charges come against him, he will have to engage. So the very first time, let's say Alex would have gave the cops the information. Once EDP would have made contact at that number with the cops, now he's making contact. He's starting the initial next conversation. All it takes is who's starting that first conversation. If he starts that conversation, at that point, they got a case. I don't care if it was 5 days after the first engagement. If he comes back 5 days later and then he starts a conversation, he is pursuing and trying to solicit it. So yeah, he was gonna be done anyway. It just Alex Rosen fucked it up.
What made you come back?
I've already mentioned it, man. Loneliness. You know what I mean? Not getting out the house, not really
What the fuck is YouTube doing with all this AI generated fucking bullshit? What the fuck is this? Stupid ass shit.
Again, it all goes back to the whole, and not necessarily saying like people, like you see this all the time or whatever. It's like, people have a tendency of doing this, I feel like, because they are, I guess you can say they're curious. You know what I mean? They enjoy the innocence and having control of somebody,
Sounds like
Pause. Stop. See, right there. Now, listen, you talk to someone that's been through cognitive therapy, all right? Because cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. What he just said lets me know that something happened to him. He was young. Well, they prey upon the young because it's the sense of being in power or in control. I'm a father, right? As a parent, you have to control what goes on in your house, okay? But there's a fine line in using your powers wisely and then abusing your power. Abuse of power comes when you just want to beat your kids for no damn reason, or you put your kids in a very dangerous situation, or you try to touch your kids in ways they shouldn't be touched. That's a major abuse of power. Okay? You would scar a person for life at that point. And just that statement that he said makes one believe, like myself, because I do a lot of behavior studies because I'm a personal trainer. So understanding the nervous system and the mind and how cognitively, how one thinks, what goes through the mind when you're under a lot of stress, from training and how to recover, how to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, to shut down your sympathetic nervous systems, and how all that starts with the cognitive behavior, right? It's statements like that that's pre-programmed in a person's mind after a traumatizing event. I have PTSD from combat. So not only have I been in therapy for years because of that, but I have an understanding of how one coping mechanism happens. His statement tends to make me want to believe that he was either molested coming up or he was raped coming up. Because he always projected, I'm not gay, I'm not gay, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. And control, control, control. Just saying. I could be way off, but I highly doubt that.
Like that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
When you hear the word predator, you probably think of the criminals I've spent my career exposing. But today's code Hansen or use the link below. So what else do you like? She asks. You say
Ashy ass legs, ashy ass
Sure.
legs and shit.
Well, of course, oral. And I also like role play. That's basically where you dress up and pretend to be someone else, or you pretend to be daddy's little
What's
girl.
up, Dante?
But all that stuff is further down the road. Can't wait to kiss you. You're making me feel all types of ways, she says. Tell me how you feel. Just let it out and be honest. Or should I come kiss and hold your hand and force it out of you? Just keep kissing you and nibbling on you until you say it. And I know the perfect stop, too. I'll nibble on your ear. Trust me, that's most girls' weak spots. She's 13.
Oh, okay. First off, and sorry, my allergies are kind of bad too, guys. Man, first off, okay, everybody has a weak spot, but a just to think that a woman's ear is the go-to spot to turn them on is fucking retarded. Okay? Now, I'm not gonna get into why the ear is a sensitive spot or lips or other areas where nerve endings are more active, okay? And how that stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system to relax you enough and to get you ready for the business. But that lets me know right there how dumb you is. Don't you know you can just talk to a woman? I'm going to tell you guys something in my chat that you might not know. And for those that's going to come in and watch this stream after the fact. Do you know the fastest way to turn a woman on is to have a intelligent conversation? Because everything starts in the mind. Not making it obvious that you might want to have sex with them, but having conversations that will open their minds up to what it could be like to want to have sex with you. Don't you know that's really the fastest way to get, besides calling a prostitute, but I'm talking about a real woman. Do you know that's the fastest way to do it? Not, you ain't gotta cuddle and hug and take them out to dinner all the fucking time. And just having a conversation and leaving sex out of the conversation and really diving into their psyches and really giving them good feedback will turn a woman on faster and want to be with you because you have some maturity about yourself than just, think you can cuddle them and touch them in certain spots and think that they'll just give you the business. Man, I'm a different breed. I'm sorry. I'm a just different breed of guy. And I never had to try to touch, kiss, and nibble on some woman to get some ass. Try it. Have a conversation. Just meet a woman and just strike up a conversation. And then if y'all exchange numbers, don't make it obvious you want to have sex. And don't go after the ones that show all they tie-ties and figure shit. Get the one that have clothes on. We call them in the closet freaks. Get the one that dress but look good in what they wear, right? And then have a conversation. And then call them a couple days and have another conversation. And then after about a week or two, go out on a date. Go out on a couple of dates and just keep having conversation. By the end of that month, I guarantee that woman will be ready to tear your goddamn clothes off. Don't believe me? Give it a try. Just give it a try. Give it a fucking try. And then get back at me and tell me what happened. Okay, give it a try.
And you're grooming her.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First,
I'm just
go
being
to
legit.
Riverside and
Just
open
tell
an
you the
account.
truth.
When you're ready to record, just hit rec to capture high-quality audio and video.
You acknowledge it's wrong. You block her. You seem to have a conscience for a little bit.
Right.
Why didn't you just keep her blocked?
You know, I mean, I don't really know how many times I have to say it, man. It's been like, loneliness, not, I mean, like, I'm not sure what you want me to.
Well, I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand why you didn't leave it when you should have left.
Chris Hansen wants your dumb ass to sit there and say, because I really wanted to fuck her. I really wanted to fuck her. That's what he really wants you to say. That's why he keep asking you that same question. Because you're going around it. You're trying to put excuses over it. It don't take a rocket scientist to get you to understand why Chris Hansen keep asking yo dumb self. Well, you fat, like an oxygen on the brain, immune system's failing, brain cells are swelling or shrinking. But the reason why he keep asking you the same question because he wants you to come out and just admit that you wanted to fuck a 13-year-old and you didn't give a fuck how you went about doing it. You said that in the documentary. So you already incriminated yourself, but that's why Chris Hansen kept asking your dumb ass this same goddamn question.
I'm trying to understand what was going on in your mind, why you behaved the way you did, and how someone who had such a successful social media career could have it all blow up.
Back motherfucker.
For this. And I think a lot of America, a lot of the people who followed you,
Right.
who consumed your content, have the same questions.
God, that nigga got fat back, man. God damn.
I don't really know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say anything except tell me the truth.
That is the truth. I was lonely as hell. I wasn't really going outside. Really didn't have much.
The goddamn truth. Motherfucker, you said in the documentary, I just want to bust a nut. It doesn't matter how you get. When you're trying to bust a nut, it doesn't matter. That was your words in the goddamn documentary. That was your words. Now, this interview came before the documentary, I assume. Or after. Don't know, but it was in the documentary. Don't know if you did this before the documentary or after the documentary you did this, then they added to the documentary. Don't know, do not care. But you said, hey, man, when you're trying to bust a nut, it doesn't matter how you bust a nut. You're just trying to bust a nut. You wasn't going for cupcakes, motherfucker. You were trying to bust a nut. Stop it. Lying, fat, back motherfucker.
Outside of YouTube, you know what I mean? Really didn't have much success talking to women, even in high school, even after high school, you know what I mean? Always afraid of rejection, you know what I mean? That's not an excuse, not saying that, just trying to get you to understand.
Right. And as you know, I've confronted hundreds of predators.
Right.
Reporting on them.
Right.
And people ask me all the time, why do they do this? Even when some of them know, many of them, most of them know it's wrong. And so I'm posing the question to you who got caught being a predator.
I think a lot of people more so do it because, if anything, they're more so bored.
Bored.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to do.
Did you ever have sex with someone you met online?
Wait a minute. I don't give a fuck how bored I am. Let's say I was single with no fucking kids, no wife. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was bored out my mind. I am not finna go and pursue a underage girl or a elderly person for some sex because it's the same extreme ends of the spectrum. Going to fuck with an elderly woman, that's taking advantage of someone that can't defend themselves, number one. Number two, going after a minor is fucking just stupid because that's taking advantage of someone that doesn't know anything about what you're trying to do. I don't care how bored you is. I don't care how bored you are. However you want to use that terminology. You do not go to those two extremes. I'm going to fuck with a minor. I'm going to go abuse an elderly person. You speaking for yourself and the other sick fucks because normal people don't think like that. Normal people do not think like that. Sorry. That's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of goddamn shit.
Line like this?
No.
You looked down when you said that.
Where else you want me to look? You want me to look up? And nah, I didn't. No, I didn't.
This was the only time that you met somebody who said they were underage online.
Well, I mean, and then there was also Kayla the second time.
Right. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I mean, you said sex, but I said,
Well, but that's where you were headed to meet this 13-year-old girl was for sex, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, but meeting up with somebody and having sex are two different things. So
Why are you still using bots for your meetings? How else am I going to remember what happened? Just use granola. Okay.
Oh my God, babe, it's a playful spank, you say. When I spank you, it's supposed to be sexy, LOL. If anything, I just bend you over and kiss your ass. Oh, that's hot, she says. Probably lick at some too. Lick my cheeks? Yes, well, maybe, but only if you're a good girl. I want to lick something else too. If you keep being mean to me, I'll be forced to punish you, and LOL, and you have to guess. I'm going to get you out of your shy and comfort zone. What are you trying to do here with this?
I'm going to say something really, 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 really bad right now. It's going to sound really fucked up. A 13-year-old girl doesn't know how to properly keep themselves clean. For those of you that got kids, you know what I mean. You ever wash your kids' clothes? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. They leave streaks and all type of shit in their underwear and shit. You want to stick your mouth or nose on a 13-year-old's ass. Now, it shouldn't surprise me you like feces because you like taking pictures and sending people pictures of your shit. But that is just disgusting. Now, it's nothing wrong with licking a woman's asshole because, real men do freaky shit to women. Okay? My very first video on YouTube that, it might still be on, I think YouTube might have pulled it down. My very first video was about eating ass. All right? Years ago on YouTube. How to eat ass. Okay? You might think, what the fuck? Yeah, because that was a big topic going around about eating ass at that time. And should men eat their woman's ass and should they let a woman eat a man's ass? Well, float your fucking boat. But the crux of that video was, when should you eat ass? For everybody out there, the sound of my voice is going to watch this goddamn live stream. I don't care if you eat ass. Make sure the ass is legal before you eat it. Okay? And I would advise y'all to wait until they at least are in their mid-20s to actually want to eat their asses. Because I'm telling you, Most young people, men and women, don't know how to properly to clean them fucking selves. And then you get back there and it'll be a fucking disaster waiting to fucking happen. But the fact that this fat motherfucker was telling a 13-year-old, I will kiss your ass and eat your ass. You know, if I could get a tank with Japanese waltzes in it, hornets, Japanese hornets, the one that kill the honeybees, right? If I could get a big tank with about 50 of them big ass hornets, okay, and shake up that tank, okay, and find you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because you said that shit like 100 times already. Like your vocabulary is very fucking limited. But if I could do that and find you, I could find you. I just don't want to look your shit up. But I would bring them to you. Shake that shit up. And then make sure when I open the door, you the first thing they fucking see. See how fast can you run from them goddamn poison ass hornets that kill a lot of Japanese people a year over there in Japan. One of them motherfuckers kill you 5 times over. You see how fast you can fucking run.
What are you thinking trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to sexually assault a 13-year-old girl.
If that's what it looks like, I guess that's what it is then. I mean,
Handcuff you. Throw you in the back of my car and bring you back to my dungeon, LOL.
The fuck?
You talk about climbing through a window. You're so hot and cute and even had me jerking off. Were you masturbating when you were talking to her? You sent her pictures?
Yeah.
You sent her pictures of your penis? Oh, it'll be okay, baby, I promise. I'll go slow, to the speed of your liking. Whatever you don't want to do, I won't do. But if you enjoy
what
it and
the fuck do a 13-year-old girl know about fucking? I'll do it to the speed of your liking. Fathers out there understand why I'm getting so irritated. Real parents, especially those that have daughters, understand why this is irritating. Here you is, telling the minor, I'll only put tip in, whatever the fuck, and we'll go slow to your liking. Wood chipper, like that comment said down there. Fucking wood chipper. Fucking.
in all the way, then I shall satisfy my princess. This is a 13-year-old girl who's never had sex before. And you are setting up a situation where you would be her first sexual encounter.
13 or 20. Because there's there's rumors out there 13. The decoy was 20. Alex Rose.
No. But in the scenario,
Right.
you thought you were talking to a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
So let's not bullshit around about that.
Oh yeah, I ain't bullshitting. I got you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, your motherfucking ass is bullshit.
If there was a
Fat
13-year-old
back
girl
mother.
here who was willing to have sex, you would have had sex with her in all likelihood, and that would have been her very first experience, potentially scarring her for the rest of her life.
Sure.
And you're talking about this like it's just something I did because I was lonely.
It is. I mean, what else you want me to like?
Well, I know, but don't you think this
Damn,
stuff
like-
through? The thought of your pretty, cute, sassy-ass little mouth sucking on me is incredible. Can't wait to see how you suck on it. I want to eat your pussy.
Somebody should take some baseball bats and beat the dust like literally all that ash, all this fat back here, they need to beat it all off of your no net, fat, ashy, nasty. I'm trying to make sure I don't say nothing too extreme. Okay? You want a 13-year-old girl to suck your dick. You was bored. But you seem to jack off a lot when you're bored. I'm really trying to understand what is going through your mind, man. I was bored. So you tell a 13-year-old, I want to see how you suck my dick. I can't wait to eat your pussy. I keep looking around because I'm trying to think. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. I don't want to get a strike on my fucking channel. Okay? Freedom of speech is one thing, but even me, I know how far to go. But the stuff I really want to say, I know for a fact it'll give me a community guideline strike. If Jaws was a thing. If Jaws was a thing. Boy.
How? Basically saying I want to eat your pussy is like basically just sucking on it and licking on it. And then you show up. What do you think would have happened had there been a 13-year-old girl?
Probably would have had sex.
And what do you think that would have done to that 13-year-old girl?
Oh, scarred her.
Just scarred her? You're that casual about it?
I mean, scarred her, tormented her, emotionally disturbed, PTSD. It would have been a horrible thing for her.
And you find that funny. You find that entertaining. I'm starting to really believe that that's you want to inflict that pain on the youth because that happened to you. I don't understand. No, I understand. I do. Because as a parent, I would never want my kids to endure any type of pain. If something happened to me real bad in my past, I wouldn't want my kids to endure the same thing. But you have those that believe in eye for an eye. It happened to me, so I don't care if it happened to somebody else's kid type bullshit. Okay? And that's you. That's why I am firm in my beliefs that you had some shit happen to you. Because don't no sane person think like this. I'm sorry. You know damn well you would have took that girl's virginity. You would have hurted that girl. You would have fucked that girl's psyches up. It would have been bad. It would have been really, 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 really fucking bad. And then you have to worry about the backlash from the parents. Because, yeah, you might have a lot of guns. I seen a lot of your videos back in there, you shooting up shit. You might have a lot of fucking guns. But you the only motherfucker that have a gun. And there are a lot of people that can shoot better than you. I'm one of them. Because I'm prior service. A combat vet. I shot a lot of shit. and you ain't fast enough to try to get a gun from out the back of your goddamn, you got Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, motherfucker. Having a gun don't mean you know how to use that motherfucker. You're very accurate with it. You know, there are some fathers like me that if I knew you lived that, nah, his guns are real. His guns are real. If I knew you lived there, you would did it to my fucking child. I wouldn't have came up on your property. I would have just waited and sniped your ass from a distance. Having a gun don't mean shit. Yeah. Yeah, like he's a Joker. Yeah. You know, Joker was scarred, right? Coming up. And that's what caused him to become a Joker. That's what his persona is. Remember, he said he always wanted to be like the bad guys at WWE, WWF back in the day. Razor Ramon was dubbed the bad guy. I don't recall Razor Ramon, Lord rest his soul, fucking with kids. Oh yeah, he did some cocaine in his downtime and had an alcohol problem. Did some steroids. You know, but I ain't never heard of him raping kids. I ain't never heard of Triple H raping kids. Heard he might have had some butt sex with Shawn Michaels, but fuck out of here, man. Get the ever-loving fuck out of here. I mean, that fucking motherfucker. Yeah, grabbed up my whole shit. I can't wait to get that motherfucker.
Do you feel guilty still to this day?
Of course. Of course I do. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know.
But you're treating this like it's some casual thing.
It's been 3.5, 4 years ago. I've moved on. Like, I have a life to live, man. I can't just sit back and dwell on shit and not move on and not have a life. You know what I mean? Like,
do you remember the moment in your head when you decided I'm going to go meet her?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was sitting up on the couch. I called up my friend Philippe, who originally told me don't go. It's a setup. You know what I mean? And originally I wasn't going to go.
Now, wait a minute. Is that the same black guy in the last video that said, "Oh, I trust my kids with EDP, man. I trust my kids." Now, here he is saying that your friend said not to go set up. Did you tell your friend you were going to meet a girl that was 13 to fuck? Because if you did, and he still let his kids come around, I think it's the same guy. I can't remember the guy's name. But if that's the same guy, and you told him you were going to fuck with a 13-year-old, he told you not to go, but yeah, he still let his kids come play with you. Oh man, CPS need to come take them kids. Okay, and Philippe should have whooped your ass. Matter of fact, he should have called the cops and told the cops you were going to go fuck with a 13-year-old girl. Okay, not the same guy. Thank you, Upward Ninja. Okay. But still, that motherfucker knew what he was going to go do. But man, let me get back to this goddamn fucking shit. This motherfucker, man.
She called me back a second. Well, there was the first time she called, I believe. First time she called, we were going to meet up. Then I called my friend Philippe. He told me not to go. It was a setup. Then I remember, I believe I messaged
Appreciate
her.
the update on that. I didn't know.
I can't do this, can't go. It's highly illegal and it's wrong.
All right, thank you, Lucid. I just not seen yours.
She then started crying, telling me that, you know, my parents are gone. I just wanted to give you a cupcake, whatever. And me personally, I genuinely felt bad. So I decided to go. And it's crazy because what I'm about to tell you is it's a blessing in disguise. At the time, I'm not sure if you know, but I owned a lot of firearms and stuff. And I actually had a Glock 17 on my counter, which I was actually going to end up taking with me in case, you know, shit went sideways, you know. And I took it with me, but I walked.
Look, I'm trying to make fun. You know, every time you see people do their eyes like this here all the time, they, like you say, turn their eyes. They're thinking, okay? Now, a lot of times you turn to the right, it's the truth. Sometimes you turn to the left, it can be a lie. Sometimes, not all the time. See, right now, his eyes is going to the left, okay? Not saying he's lying. But I want you guys to understand something. Don't y'all start. Yeah, I cupcakes. But I want you guys to understand something. You go into an unknown area with a Glock, okay? Shit go sideways. So let's say the daddy was texting you all that shit, and you showed up to the house. Who gonna have the draw on who? The daddy or you? Now, unless you got your hands on your gun while the door comes open, you still don't know the layout of the house. So who's going to have the draw on you? Unless you download the area that you're going, like the apartment complex, and get a layout of that particular apartment. Because they have buildings, you can see all that shit. But who is still going to have the draw? Because you might see the layout, but you don't know what room that person might be in. You don't know what you're going against, so you're already at a disadvantage. And especially if something's getting ready to go down, who's to say that the person would have waited until you got naked, see nothing in your hands, and then decided to engage in a firefight with you? You're always at a disadvantage when going to unknown territories. That's the rule of survival. Number one, always be fearful of your surroundings, especially if you don't know your surroundings. Number two, you're always at a disadvantage. There's a tactical way you have to move, sir, and you don't know that. You think just pointing and shooting is gonna make you a badass for having the gun. Now, how you know Alex Rosen and the Japanese guy or the Asian guy that was standing beside him didn't have a gun, or one of the cameramen didn't have a fucking gun? You was already outnumbered. How you know they had somebody watching you from a distance? You was already outnumbered and probably gonna be outgunned. And in California, to have a gun on you, even with a license loaded, it's not a stand your ground state. If you would have just shot because you feared for your life and it wasn't a threat on your life at the time, you would have been in jail for unlawfully carrying a concealed weapon in the state of California and then disengaging your weapon unlawfully. I have seen homeowners, it's plenty of videos out there defending their houses because a criminal tried to rob them and they returned fire from their house and got locked up. That's how fucked up Gavin Newsom is out there. So, no. Yeah, signs of deception, yes. Yeah, because see, a lot of times when we're thinking, our eyes tend to wander. All right? I know for me, if I'm thinking real hard, my eyes will go to the right, and I'm right-hand dominant. If it's something very nonchalant, it'll go to the left sometimes. That's just how a lot of us are programmed. The eyes tell you a lot. When you can keep a straight face and stay focused, you know what you're talking about. But sometimes we have to think. Sometimes we got to look away from the light. But there are other mannerisms that tell you when a person is conjuring up a story. Especially if the eyes it's always fucking bouncing around. Always. That's how you can figure out someone that's lying or not. I don't want to get too far off topic. But see, he got stage 5 kidney failure, right? So going to jail, the taxpayers gonna have to pay for his shit. And then too, he's so close probably to the end of his life that they might not even bother locking him up. I'm not saying that they won't lock him up. We have seen a lot of people go to jail with deteriorating health and die in jail before they stand trial. But they got to build a case. They got to get him on a warrant. He'll probably post bond unless the judge said no bail in case he might try to run. And then they got to come back to court, take him to trial, get a conviction, and then lock him up. Like, it's a process. Now, there are some people with stage 5 kidney failure that would live 10 years. They give the maximum time 5 years, but everybody's different. And normally the more fat you have, believe it or not, the longer you tend to go about that because the body can use fat for energy and recovery. But that's off topic. But it could be. EDP is a sick fuck. Sick fuck. But him saying, well, I left my gun at home, that don't make you a hard ass. Now listen, I'm going to get back to playing this. I live in Georgia. I'm from Texas. I lived in the South all my life. Done been deployed to Iraq, sir. Done seen shit go down. It doesn't matter if you got a gun or not. What matters is, can you use it? And are you lawful in using it? And do you even know how to use it? Yeah. Yeah, the officer, yeah. Yeah, I seen that. Mm-hmm.
Walked back into the house and I left it on the counter.
You were going to bring a gun with you to that meeting.
And it's a good thing I didn't bring it with me, because if I had of, and Alex Rosen and the whole camera crew would have came, yeah, I'd probably be going down for 3 counts of murder in the first degree.
You would have shot Alex Rosen and his crew.
Yeah.
Shot him dead.
Yeah.
You truly believe that?
Oh yeah, I truly believe it.
Oh yeah. You know, I truly believe it. Yeah, you fucking piece of shit.
What makes you so sure that you would have pulled that Glock 17 out and killed all 3 of them?
I got one challenge for you. Try Whisper Flow one time, and I promise you'll understand why I.
You know, the thing is, right, when you're in that situation and you know, like the whole, you know, fight or flight thing comes into play. I'm not sure if you heard that before. You know, like your ass is on the line and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And you know that these people are here to, you know, potentially try and attempt to ruin your damn life. You will do all type of wild shit. You know, not saying that I didn't take any role in that. Obviously, you know what I mean? I could have just said hell no and just not have went, you know,
which would have been the right thing to do, by the way.
Right, totally. Yeah, I mean, I've there's been times, like even since moving out here, I was a gun owner and stuff like that. And I would go to the range and stuff like that, you know. This is probably about like 6 months to maybe a year after. So it happened in 2021. So maybe like summer of 2022, you know what I mean? So around there, I would go to the range and I would in my mind, you know, when I'm at the range, now I'm talking about, you know, full on arsenal, fucking Scar 17, AK-47, you know, I had it all.
Chris Hansen's looking at him like, Okay, let me say something about the nervous system, fight or flight response. Okay, everybody always have a little bit of adrenaline present in your blood. Your kidneys secrete adrenaline, right? Well, epidural, right? Adrenaline, pretty much. That what keeps your heart beating, help your nervous system function. Okay, and it keeps you alert of stuff, right? Your brain use it, you know. When a stressful situation occurs, the sympathetic nervous system fires the fuck up. And normally more adrenaline comes. And the reason why adrenaline is a thing, because it helps to numb the nerves from pain and stuff like that. So it ramps up big time, right? That's why lifting weights fires up the sympathetic nervous system. When you get ready to do a heavy lift, you get jingly and tingly and stuff like that. That is adrenaline. That's nerves, okay? And over time, your body adapts to those stresses. That's one. So all this, well, I'm stressed, fuck, well, you're fat, you're in constant state of inflammation. So you're going to always be under a stressful state because your body is under inflammation. That raises stress levels. However, that's not going to have your adrenaline that damn high from a fight or flight response. You worked yourself up when you know you were going to get busted. Now, going to a range and shooting stationary targets with a lot of guns don't make you a hard ass, because there's a difference between a stationary target and a moving target. And when you're shooting at a moving target, you have to intercept that target, not try to stay on the moving target, because by the time you press that trigger, depending on how far that target is away from you, the bullet's this fucking big. So by the time you press that trigger, that target might move, and then you got to think about wind, drift, all that fucking shit. So you have to try to anticipate the movement and intercept the target. Okay? So going to the record, Chris Hansen asked you, how are you going to be so sure about shooting or pulling the trigger? But those of us that's been in gunfights and stuff like that, I can tell you this, training goes out the window in real world situations. When you got fire coming at you, either you're going to return fire, suppressive fire, or you're going to seize up. Okay? Not being fearful is a death sentence. Fear invokes adrenaline. Adrenaline brings about focus, believe it or not. So that's how I know you're full of shit. You're talking to a combat vet that been in some shit. You're talking to a guy that grew up in the projects in Southeast Texas that done seen some fucking shit. I live in Metro Atlanta. They call it Atlantistan for a fucking reason. I carry my gun every day, but I'm always fearful because that fear keeps me alert. And for someone that know how to use a gun, I can tell you shooting at stationary targets isn't going to make you a hard ass. Because if you never shot at an actual target in real life, the chances of you just pulling the gun out and just laying down lead is probably less than what you think. And the average hood rat or young guy that pulls a gun, well, they're young, they're naive, and they just do it because they think they can get away with shit. But you're not a criminal. You're not a thug. You're not a hard ass. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, he ain't got that type of heart. He ain't got that type of heart. Killing is easy. Killing is easy. That is what makes it dangerous. Okay? That makes it very dangerous. All right? I was a 19 kilo in the military. That's an armor crewman. Okay? But we specialize in other areas too. From Humvee, from shooting 50 cal, 240, 249s, 9 mil, M4, M16. The grenade, 2 or 3 grenade launchers. We shot a lot of shit. Okay? And when we went on patrols in Iraq, we rarely took tanks. I was part of a cavalry unit, 3rd CR. Well, it used to be 3rd CR, now it's 3rd CR. But we took Humvees out on patrol. And when it was a firefight, we used guns. We wasn't just blowing shit up. We had to try to figure out where the target was coming from and neutralize the target. It is totally fucking different. Then you gotta worry about IEDs, daisy chains, and all type of fucking shit. You gotta worry about the fucking camel was strapped with fucking goddamn explosives. Like EDP just talking out of his ass. Talking out of his fucking ass. It make him a fucking idiot.
At my disposal. You know what I mean? In my mind, while I'm shooting the target, I'm killing Alex Rosen, all the fucking people, Master at work, all those people that that partook in this. You know what I mean? There's been times where I've literally told a friend of mine, do me a favor, come over here, change the combination to this goddamn gun safe. I don't feel safe having these things around me. You know,
because you were going to strike out at Alex Rosen, or because you were going to kill yourself?
I was going to strike out at Alex. Well, a mixture of both. Well, I guess you can.
Oh, there we go. I'm fucking just stressed out. Fucking come change the combination of the locks because I'm fucking going to get my shit. You think Alan Rosen don't have guns? And now, combination of probably fucking blowing my brains out. Because, I got myself in a fucked up situation. So, I'm fucking thinking about blowing my brains out. I'm not going to say what I really want to say because that'd be bad. I'd
say, well, the Alex Rosen thing already had happened.
Right.
You feel me?
But
so,
I'm
so more so
asking,
myself.
were you still angry at him that you would go hunt him down and kill him?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there were multiple times where like, now, I mean, I've had, I've still had like loyal, like followers and fans.
Ninja, I want to answer your question. Yeah, because see, I didn't see this in the actual documentary, but I think that's that victim mentality shit. It's like R. Kelly on the Gail Kim interview. Well, you fucking with me. It's that same fucking mentality, man. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
They're like, I don't condone doxing people no matter how whatever they did. You know what I mean? They were like hitting me up and like, yo, man, we have his address. You know what I mean? And in my mind, and even in my sister's mind, well, not my sister's mind, more so like my friend Kelvin's mind, who I went to high school with, me and him were having a deep-rooted conversation and stuff. And he's all like, well, obviously, yeah, what you did was wrong. I'm not going to say that it was right. He's like, but at the same time, he's
man, random. Look, you had made that comment about that fucking chair. God bless that chair. Look, Chris Hansen spent some real good money. This is like some straight good mahogany or redwood, okay? Listen, man, this is a 500-pound behemoth. A hippopotamus is sitting in this motherfucking chair. You understand? Listen, if you wasn't so much of a dick, I would give you health advice. I'm not going to waste my time because you already declared you don't really care. Do you see how much fat is out in front of him and how much of his back fat is? You know what would have made your fucking channel successful besides all the crude humor about football teams and shit? And I don't know why you would sending people pictures of your doo-doo. Weight loss journey. Dude, you would have. That shit ain't funny, man. Dude, you would have blew up. I remember you didn't go to work because the Eagles made like Super Bowl or some shit. And you lost your fucking job or some fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Like, I've been knowing you for a long time. I know that you're a good person. He's all like, but at the same time, and I'm not switching the blame here. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. He's like, at the same time, what they did was very dangerous. Like, who's to say you can't find their address or load up your car full of guns, drive to Texas and go fucking murder them all? Because right there, I have his address. It's literally right there.
Did you think about doing that?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I've literally thought about, I've thought about, like, loading up the car, you know what I mean? And just, driving 14, 15, 16 hours and just blowing them all the fuck away,
I love how his eyes keep going to the left. You guys watching his eyes, every fuck. Wait, this is my left. Huh. Like they keep going to the left. Like he is thinking about what to say before he says it. And once again, we all think sometimes, but the constant leftward eye movement is suggesting to me that you are fabricating a lot of your belief system. Okay? Because I don't get it. I'm not understanding. It's fucking cringe. Like, it's fucking cringe. Cringe as shit. And then they got your address. I've been doxxed. A lot of us done been doxxed. When you actually own a home, that happens. Your address is public. I just tell people all the time, don't show up unannounced. Because that'll be a bad time. when you get the trolls attention, you'll work yourself up. Pay the trolls no mind. But see, in your case, the reason why you kept doing what you're doing is simply because you knew what you were doing was wrong and you didn't want the daddies or the uncles and shit show up at your place. That's why you kept doing it. I mean, that's why you was worried and stress was high and all that shit.
You can't do that, man.
That starts.
I'm gonna blow my nose right back. Still here.
This whole
I'll be right back.
with Alex Rosen, Sophie.
I don't think it ever died down, but sure.
But you started to get past it.
You said what now?
You started to get past it.
Right.
More recently, there's this situation with Kayla.
Kayla Hoskins, yeah.
Who's underage.
Right, 15.
15.
Right.
Which is the same issue as with someone who's 13.
Correct.
How do you even get involved in this after having gone through all that? Being exposed as a predator, however they did it, you were exposed as a predator, trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. And now this?
Mm-hmm.
With a 15-year-old girl?
Mm-hmm.
A whole fucking ad want to jump up when I'm not in. Good God.
You want me to explain it? What?
Please.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty much at the time, I believe she hit me up first, which was, I believe she was sent by Gideon.
You're so fucking hot, you know that? I'm literally leaking pre-cum just thinking about you is what you say to her.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be with a little emo girl.
Ass, ass bulged out, titties popped out on Instagram, but nobody wants to talk about that, right?
Well, talk about it.
Oh, I mean,
Come on, man. That's a 15-year-old girl that pretty much said that she wanted attention. That's a 15-year-old girl that pretty much said that she was going to make opportunities for herself. You were attracted to a 15-year-old emo girl who, first off, shouldn't have been on Instagram, shouldn't have a profile on YouTube. I was just telling my daughter, they watch some girl that does the Roblox games. The teenagers, they whole generation's fucked. But anyway, you was attracted to a 15-year-old because she had little titties and ass showing on Instagram. And you want to blame people for not talking about that. Like we have to talk about that. Fuck out of here with that stupid shit. Why would we even acknowledge how she was looking? Grown folks don't acknowledge a 15-year-old girl. The parents should have got notified. That's why the parents are the ones who need their ass fucked up. Kayla's parents, big time. They failed her. She's a lost fucking cause.
no. See, man, I'm about to say it's gonna sound fucked up, but I mean, half of it already is fucked up. But see, the thing is, right, and these little young ass girls, right, and I always tell my friends this, right, I'm like, man, these little young ass girls, man, they come on Instagram, they come on social media and shit, right, and they're taking pictures, sexually provocative ass content, ass and tits bulge.
That's like blaming the victim.
Well, I'm trying to explain to you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for me, and the way I see it, it's like, they know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? Doesn't give me the right or anybody else to
know what the F you're doing.
Right.
Being
Exactly.
a grown-ass man
Exactly.
talking to a child.
Exactly. So
So that doesn't really wash.
I never once said that it did wash. I was trying to explain to you, what people see. You know what I mean?
So you saw a 15-year-old girl who had a shapely figure.
Man, why you have to bring that up? That was look. I still have nightmares about seeing that shit when I was a correction officer, man. Oh, that was horrible. They had that dude stretched out. The one dude was holding this arm, the other arm. Then they had one dude holding one leg, the other leg. And the man, oh Lord, oh, that was a long ass report I had to write. Oh my God. And for a while, I thought I was back in Iraq. And what I mean, it was so traumatizing because you didn't see that overseas in Iraq, But that, why you had to bring it up with Starfish? I mean, up with Ninja. Fucking Christ, man.
And a quote unquote fine Latina ass, and you wanted to have sex with her. Yeah. You don't see a problem with that?
Of course, I see a problem with it.
Why did you do it then?
Well, I remember at the time, I was, at the time, I think I was working, and I had recently, I think I went homeless for about like a month, simply due to the fact that it was like some shit going on with the apartment complex or whatever. And so, I was doing overnights at work and stuff like that. And, she randomly hit me up one day. At the moment, obviously looking back upon it now, thought that it was a good idea. That's why I did it.
I'm telling you right now, you threaten. If you fuck me over, if this shit goes wrong in any way, shape, or form, I'll give your soul to the Lord because your ass belongs to me. So you know what you're getting into is illegal.
That sound like some cowboy shit. Or fucking some tombstone shit. Something that Val Kim Laurie So would have said. See, at that point, this is where Kayla fucked up. She should have went and told her daddy. Yeah, like a Shawshank reference. Yeah, like some Breaking Bad shit. Some Soprano shit. See, Kayla fucked up for not going to tell her daddy. Like straight up. That's where she fucked up at. Ain't no way that my child would have brought me her phone. And I would have looked at it and seen a grown-ass man threatening my child. Oh, I would have baited him. I would have gave the address and say, please come see me. I would have flew him out. And I would have had my daughter meet him at the airport. Right? Have a lift, bring him to the house. Because see, when you go to the airport, you can't have a gun on you at the airport. You gotta be in your luggage. Okay? So, I would have had him meet my daughter. Had him come to the house. I would have shot that hole, tried to hit his fucking arteries in his leg, the femur artery in his leg. Okay, I would have shot his fucking kneecaps out, and then called the laws. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Boy, ain't no way. That's why I blame Kayla. That's why she ain't no victim in all this. I was scared, so that's why I kept talking to him. That's what you got a daddy for. What you got uncles and shit for, and the cops for. Big fat motherfucker can't walk that far or run. That motherfucker gas over 10 steps in trying to run. You was afraid of him? Hey, you can walk backwards fast, and he'll gas out trying to get you. Fucking stop this fucking shit.
Right.
You've already been stung once. Got out of that by the skin of your teeth. And now you're involving yourself potentially with a 15-year-old girl, and you're threatening her that this better not be a situation where she fucks you over. In other words, I'm going to shoot your ass if you fuck me over. I'm going to shoot your ass. You threaten this girl.
This game does not have energy limits. This game has no daily login streaks, no pay-to-win shop telling you to spend more. You build your own galactic outpost, expand your territory across the stars, and the game just lets you play.
That's right. I'm too cheap for YouTube Premium, guys. I'm not paying YouTube another
You
cent.
want to
My
respond to
goddamn money.
Almir?
How do you justify that?
You don't justify it.
But you just told me that all the other stuff with Sophie was 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. You're past it. And just months ago, you're engaging with a 15-year-old girl about sex and threatening her that if she sets you up or stings you, that you're going to shoot her. That is horrible, illegal, predatory behavior, violent behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I know guys who have gone to prison for way less than that.
Same here.
Way less. And it would seem to me that the only reason you're not in prison right now is because of the way these investigations were conducted by vigilantes.
That and the fact that, you know, I believe in a higher power. I believe in I believe in I believe in my mom's spirit is always with me wherever I go. And so you know, I believe, okay, I believe she saw what these people's true intentions were. And I feel like her and God stepped in and was like, yo, like,
I gotta stop it real quick. So, if that is indeed the case, then why are you still doing the same shit? With the AI girlfriends and all the other, you still look at, you still talk to minors and shit. So, if it's divine intervention, okay, I'll give you an example of something. When a lot of people go through something very serious in life, and then divine intervention steps in, like let's say you and a buddy went to the store. You and your buddy got robbed at the store. Leading up to that, though, y'all have been doing wrong your whole lives, right? Fucking around, taking shit and loan to them. Now all of a sudden, you finally got at the store. Okay? Your buddy got shot and died. You got shot and lived. After you recovered, you dedicated your life at that point to trying to get youth off the street. We call that a divine intervention. In your case, you was just exposed. You got cocky. You were lucky that Gideon and Alex Rosen and Skeeter were fucking morons. They was doing it for views. Yo, mama and God, and I love how criminals and people that do wrong, especially seem like the child molesters and the rapists, it was nobody but the good Lord. I don't want to make it about religion because I grew up in the church. I do believe in a higher power. But I have atheist friends. I have family members that practice Islam. So I don't judge people based on their beliefs. That's something I would never do because it's one of the commandments. I can't judge anyone. Judge, at least he be judged. I can't judge anyone. But what I am saying is I don't throw that stuff around. Because if you know of God and you keep doing wrong, then you will be whipped with more stripes than those that do not know of him. That's in the book. That's in the book. So all of this, thank the good Lord got better plans for me. But then you go back and keep doing the wrong thing. No. See, you were seeking out power. Now power is cashing in that debt. Because, you know, when you seek power, it comes at a cost. You're going to owe it, right? P-O-W-E-R. Cover the P, cover the R, O-W-E. You owe power. You abuse power. Now you're dealing with the consequences of abusing power. And that's not divine intervention. See, God done did this to you a long time ago. He just letting you go out there and do what you want to do. Now your body is doing other things. So all this other shit, I'm fucking God. Come on, man. Let's not do that shit. You playing? See, God don't like ugly, man. Just putting it there.
You know, shit ain't gonna go down like this.
But I have to tell you something. Had this been me doing an investigation and you had surfaced in this way, your EDP445 ass would be in prison now.
And at the same time, I
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at the same time,
I gotta wind that back again. I gotta wind that shit back again, boy.
Had this been me doing an investigation and you had surfaced in this way, your EDP445 ass would be in prison now.
at the same time,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at the same time, I kind of wish it was you, Chris. To be honest with you.
Oh. Oh shit. Chris Hansen said, had it been me doing it. Listen, if Chris Hansen would have did the legal way, because we all remember Catch a Predator, a lot of guys got let out because he was doing it in his own way, a vigilante way. But had he did it the right way, which I believe he know how to, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, that would be absolutely. That would have been funny as shit. Oh man.
Because it's like, you know, I honestly respect what you do. And that's not me kissing your ass or anything like that. You know what I mean? I respect, you know, a lot of what people do who are out catching predators, you know what I mean, in the right and legal way. You know,
you need to stop. You need to stop. I respect what you do. How you catch predators the legal way. There is no good way in catching a predator. Okay? It reveals a very nasty side, right, of humanity. What would have been the right way? Using decoys to show people how sick you still is? And then you walk in and here go Chris Hansen. Hey, hi, what are you doing? What are we doing? Why don't you have a seat? Have a seat. Right over there. Yeah, sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat. What are we doing? Why are you here? You came to fuck this underage girl? Like, it would have been even worse had Chris Hansen did it, because it would have made national news. That show would have been shown across TVs and YouTube. Kissing Chris Hansen's ass all of a sudden. Cut that shit out. Hey.
I mean, all I can say is I have a lot of respect for it, you know. I don't condone motherfuckers, you know, going out there, you know.
But you did it.
Well,
Brian, you did it. Now, I understand what you're saying about the methodology here.
Right.
And I understand how it looked when Skeet or Skeeter, whoever it is, came and confronted you. It was a
Skeet
clown show.
Right.
It was embarrassing for him. Yet, what you did and said with this Kayla is reprehensible.
Here's how I eat low-carb, high-protein meals every day. These are my lunches this week. Eating carnivore or keto isn't cheap.
And very predator-like. I mean, there's no way to really pretty that up.
No, there's not.
I mean, you got off because these guys were sloppy, essentially.
Sloppy, entrapment, dumb as hell. Did it for the views, for the clicks, for the clout. But at the same time, I also understand how lucky I am. You know what I mean? And you know, I can tell you right here, right now, I don't, you know, people people see me as like, you know, oh, he's like, you know, people think like, you know, oh, I'm out here preying on motherfuckers.
Like, people see me like, you know what I'm saying? Chris, like, can someone tell me if that's the extent of his vocabulary? Because every time he starts a sentence, that's what he says. Like, you understand, like, what I'm saying, like, yeah, take your time, man. I like, just be careful though. I don't want you to laugh so hard you swerve off the road and hit somebody, man. Like, like, good Lord, EDP, damn boy.
I'm just out here.
That's what
like,
you were doing here.
Well, I know.
A 13-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Right. You know what I mean? And like, but the thing is, like, people think that I'm literally like out here every day, like preying on fucking kids.
You did it twice.
I know. I understand.
I've seen guys go to prison doing it once.
Yeah.
Probation afterwards. Registration as a sex offender. What do you say to other men who may be entertaining getting into a sexually charged conversation with someone who's underage?
Set up. Don't do it. Seriously, don't do it, man. It ain't fucking worth it. There's always somebody out there watching, whether it be a decoy, whether it be, whoever it is up on the other end, somebody pros in to be, which is the same thing as a decoy, Just don't do it, man.
Do you think you would have made the first approach to a 13-year-old girl who you saw was following you on any social media platform? In other words, in this case, the 15-year-old approached you.
Okay.
Which, in my world, would negate a prosecution. We don't operate that way. The predator, the man, always has to make the first approach. That was the opposite in this case. Do you think you would have ever approached an underage girl first with a romantic interest?
No.
What you're saying is you don't think you would ever.
Just tell a bold-faced lie. Because just like Chris Hansen just said, the predator has to make first contact. Now, once that initial conversation ends and 2 or 3 days go by, that's a new day. Now, if the predator at that point makes initial contact, whether it be a phone call or a text, then guess what? You are there at that point breaking the law. You just lied again. It doesn't matter when you make contact. Just because you didn't do it the first time, 3 days later, if you initiate contact, now it's on you. Or the next day. Or 10 hours from the first incident. If you make initial contact after the first initial contact, if you come back and make contact, you are then engaging in predatory behavior. Especially if you know from the first contact that's an underage minor. Lying bastard.
Ever have gotten caught in one of my stings, and it was because they made the first approach that you got caught in those 2 other stings.
I mean, if you wanna shape it up like that, sure. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just asking. Because there's no misunderstanding these particular conversations. You say, so occasionally I jerk off at work, and right now I'm so hard. I remember you said you were good at giving head. Please, baby, please, let me stuff my cock inside of your mouth. I'll do anything.
Okay, I'm about to try something.
Oh my God.
So I was needing some advice.
Oh my God. Oh, and this is Kayla, by the way. We're on Kayla Hopkins. Now we're almost done. This is Kayla, by the way. At work, jacking off at work. Want a 15-year-old to suck your dick.
And then you turn around and say, my God, ignore that. I feel so damn embarrassed. I mean, you're all over the place here. And then you try to guilt trip her into meeting up. And then you show up, or they show up looking for you. You're at a dialysis appointment.
Which I think is fucked up, but still, but go ahead.
What's going through your mind when you...
Nah, remember, he was trying to go get some birthday pussy. He said he was going to give her some birthday dick. Okay? But yeah, Gideon and Cousin Skeeter fucked up. He skeeted on everything and still didn't get the money shot, if that makes sense. That's the worst thing about porn. I'm going to pivot real quick. That's the worst thing about porn. You handling business and you trying to get that perfect money shot. The camera guy trying to get the perfect money shot when the girl get blasted or whatever. And this shit. And then he completely misses the whole money shot. That was Skeet did. Skeet missed the money shot. You know what the money shot was, Skeet? Taking it to the cops. Then he was charging people like $75 to watch the confrontation. Like a girl squirting on a girl, and then the cameraman missed the girl squirting on the girl. But then you see the girl wet in the next scene. She's all just fucking drenched wet. Just missed the whole fucking money shot. Like, oh my fucking God, man. Jesus Christ.
Skeet and crew show up at the
Kill him.
dialysis appointment.
That's my overall thing. I carry a 1911 Chamberlain 44. Well, what I used to. Obviously, when you go into all dialysis centers, it has a big ass sign on the window says, no firearms are allowed up in the center or whatever. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but what I don't think is actually in there, and this isn't justifying it, but I believe I believe it was on a Friday, and I believe I originally blocked Kayla because I believe it was her birthday, and I never actually planned on originally driving to, I think it was Chula Vista, which is somewhere in the San Diego, Orange County area. I'm not sure. And so drive up.
So she's also in California down there in San Diego County down there. Okay. So if they bring up, I thought she was in Arizona. Okay. Because like I thought he was in Las Vegas for some odd reason. Well, he was in Vegas, right? Well, whatever the fuck. But so she was also in California. So that makes it even more. That's something I didn't know. So that makes it even more troublesome for him. Because if Kern County decide to pursue charges, they might try to do a joint investigation out of the San Diego County area, right? And that's why I made the follow-up video to the EDP stream about, with Gideon, about the case being opened back up. So if they do decide to bring about charges out of Kern County for the Bakersfield incident, and they decide they want to go ahead and prosecute him down in Orange County, not Orange County, down there in San Diego County, because she's around San Diego, that's San Diego County, then he's going to be fucked. Like you got two charges for the same behavior coming out of the same state. The chances of being found guilty going to be exponentially higher at that point. So yeah, he might be fucked. I always thought she was in Arizona. So I learned something. I thought she was in Arizona. Or maybe it was him in Vegas. I don't think it's so. I'm still trying to get that part down. But yeah, that right there is fucking. He's fucked. I mean, he's fucked. He's fucked.
Park, get out, going to the dialysis center. They approached me as I'm going in. Hey, Bryant. And I went to go turn around, and obviously it was this asshole up in a clown, up in like a, I guess you can say like a cupcake outfit or whatever. And right then and there, my blood pressure skyrocketed to the point to where, and this isn't no sob story, I'm just telling you, to the point to where I couldn't receive dialysis, had to go across town, have a goddamn PICC line inserted up in my fucking chest or whatever. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think that was a bitch move on their part. It's like, motherfucker, you could have approached my ass at the grocery store.
The reason why he couldn't receive dialysis wasn't because of what they did outside the clinic. It's because your blood pressure was high. Because in order to do dialysis, your blood pressure had to be at a certain level. Because the body is pretty much the kidneys. Dialysis takes the waste from the kidneys so the kidneys can have fresh blood going back to the heart. So when your blood is high and adrenaline is high, you are doing more damage to the kidneys. And then dialysis put more strain and stress on the body. It could lead to a cardiac event at the dialysis clinic. That's really why he couldn't do it. And the reason why I know about dialysis is because my stepdad was on dialysis. I had an uncle on dialysis, a few friends on dialysis. And if they're not calm or if their blood pressure is not at a certain level, they would not do it that day. They would tell them to come back the next day. Simply because you run a high risk of going into shock or into a cardiac arrest, which will happen to my uncle. He went to dialysis. He had gotten into a little issue that morning with his spouse and went to dialysis. And when he got there, his blood pressure had came down, but they started the procedure, and he was still so amped up that it caused him to have a cardiac event, and he ultimately died up there at dialysis. So that's really the main reason why. It wasn't because they disturbed the place, because when they set him down to do his blood pressure and shit, he's nervous, he's amped all the fuck up, probably think the laws was coming and all that fucking shit. But I think the laws did come and all that other goddamn bullshit. Yeah, they're like, no, you gotta come back. You gotta go across town and come back or whatever. Yeah, that's why.
The fucking park shit, even at work, you know what I mean? But it's like you approach me at a fucking dialysis center where my goddamn life is pretty much on the fucking line, you know what I mean? And but anyways, I do that. Sorry, I do that. They try to give me dialysis, don't get it. They're gone when I leave. Before I even go into the back to receive dialysis, call the police, give them a call, let them know I'm being harassed. They don't do shit because, you know, most of these prank YouTubers, they like to hide behind this bullshit where they're filming on public fucking property and shit. You know what I mean? Which I think is the ultimate fucking cop out, but whatever. They say they can't do anything to police, get in the car, drive across town, North Vegas to the access center, have a surgical procedure done, get out, walk into the car. I didn't know this. Either they followed me or somebody at the dialysis center violated HIPAA laws and decided to tell them where I was receiving a procedure at. And they followed me all the way across town, about like 20 miles to the access center, and they approached me as I was leaving. I didn't say anything, though.
You know how you could have avoided all this.
Yeah, just don't respond.
Don't get online and have sexually charged conversations or try to have sex with teenagers.
Exactly. And listen, I think what Gideon and Skeeter did was fucking stupid. And if somebody would have died that day in that dialysis clinic, because there was other people in there probably got nerved up and worked up, know what the fuck going on, do you know they would have been held liable for that? For disrupting a place where medical procedures go on it? And as far as the EDP issue with him being followed, from what Kayla and them said, they hired somebody to follow you, and they knew where you was going, like they knew all your hangouts. So I don't think they violated HIPAA. They just knew where you was going based on somebody was probably telling you in a different car. Apparently. Okay? Maybe he had one of them underage guys in his Discord following your ass around and you didn't know. And once they got a lock on your location, they came to find you at that location. That seems like the most likelihood of things. But I'm just thankful nobody died that day at the clinic. Because as much as Gideon and Skeeter are assholes for this, they would have been locked up for involuntary. I can't really call it manslaughter, but involuntary death. It would have been something. They would have brought it up to where you caused this person to die based on your actions. You have to enter the place of work. If you're on the property, which being outside is still considered to be on the property, you are still liable for stuff that happens within the property lines of that property. So they're lucky that nobody died at the dialysis clinic that day. They're fucking lucky.
girl.
Sure.
Had you not done that, none of this other stuff happens.
So what you're saying is that
So what you're saying is you brought it upon yourself in many ways.
And it makes it perfectly fine for people to show up at my dialysis center.
Stop with the fucking blaming other folks for your fucking actions. You brought it upon yourself, but it does not give them the right to show up at your place of medical needs to harass you. Absolutely not. But you brought all of this upon yourself because of your fucking actions. So own up to it, you fat fuck.
And had you not committed the underlying acts, these guys aren't looking for you.
Okay. So that totally just.
Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, but at the same time,
I'm not justifying their tactics, but I am saying, and I think I'm right here, that had you not engaged in this sort of behavior with girls identified as being 13 and 15, you don't have this problem, Bryant.
Right. Totally. I understand.
What do you say to Kayla now?
You want me to honestly answer that, or you want the PG bullshit answer, or
honesty?
I'll make you a bet. Try Whisper Flow once, just once, and I bet you'll never go back to typing.
Shit. To be honest with you, I ain't got nothing to say to her, to be honest with you.
Do you have any remorse?
Of course I have remorse. You know what I mean? I just don't have anything to say to her. Good luck with your life. You know what I mean? I don't really, I mean, I'm not gonna, one thing I'm not gonna fucking do is get on my hands and knees and beg for her fucking forgiveness, because it's like, no, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I understand what I did was wrong. I have a lot of remorse for it. I'm paying the ultimate price, and I really don't have anything to say to her.
And what do you say to people who think you should be in prison for what?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna say, "Oh well, your ass is grown now. Why don't you give me a call now?" Because he seemed like that type of fucking guy. But like I say, he likes me young, so that doesn't shoot his fucking MO. Sick motherfucker. Either way would have been sick. Because you prayed up on me when you were 15, but I thought he was gonna say something. That's why he said you wanted me to give you the PG answer or the real. Because I thought he was going to say something like that on the lines of, yeah, you grown now. Why don't you fucking give me a call now, bitch? Some shit like that. Kind of glad he didn't. Because either way, still been fucking sick. Piece of shit.
You did.
I mean, not to sound cocky or fucked up, their opinion doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. They think I should be in prison. Well, tough shit, man. I think Donald Trump should be fucking president again. That doesn't mean it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not me making light or joking about it, but it's like,
bitch, you can barely feed yourself, and you want Donald Trump to be the 48th president? You gotta re-circumvent the fucking Constitution for that to happen. But I'm not trying to make this political right now. I'm saving that for another stream. Donald Trump wouldn't give you a pardon, because first all gonna be state charges, not federal charges. Even if you would have committed this on the felony level. You know why he wouldn't pardon your ass? Because you actually tried to fuck little kids. We all know Trump is a hoe. Look, Trump, E.G. Carroll, Stormy Daniels, and all the other broads he fucked, they were all grown ass women. But as far as running the country, Donald Trump has got to be. Joe Biden was bad his last couple of years. Okay, and we're not going to even act like he wasn't. But Donald Trump is by far the absolute worst fucking president in U.S. fucking history. And everybody know it besides his diehard right-wing MAGA fans. Everybody know it. Unless you fucking rolling the fucking dough, motherfucker, you are dreading going to the store or going to put gas in your motherfucking car. Or paying your bills and shit like that. So trying to stroke Donald Trump off, you're not even nowhere in Trump's league. You're not Steve Bannon or what's his old attorney that just made amends with him that did some time, Michael Cohen, and You ain't on. You not nowhere in that pay grade. Man, if you would have got these, if you would have went to jail on these felonies and thought Trump was gonna try to get you a pardon, you trying to suck him off, you'd be still in that bitch. You need to cut that shit out. We all know Trump is horrible as president. He is horrible. And everybody knows that. Even the Republicans know that. Why you think they worry about the midterms coming up? Fuck is wrong with you? And Trump don't care about running this country. He is more worried about Lake Ontario being called Lake of America to stick it to Canada, but that's only going to apply to the lake on the American side, not the Canadian side. It's still going to be called Lake Ontario. Like the Gulf of America, it's still considered the Gulf of Mexico past international waters. He's more worried about shit like that than your well-being. I bet you that. Fuck out of here.
You know, it didn't happen.
Close down the fucking Kennedy Center and shit. Because he can't have his way with the Kennedy Center. A man that died for absolutely no fucking reason because he was a good president. He was Catholic. A war fucking veteran at that. Got his head blown off in Dallas. For what fucking reason? And so Trump think he can just go to the Kennedy Center and put his name before John F. Kennedy. Hey, once again, war veteran, damn good president, and was first Catholic president in the United States. And then he died while being president for no reason. And he wants to embellish that man's legacy by putting his name before his name on the building. Get the fuck. And you want that man to be president again? You done lost your goddamn mind. Yeah, but you done lost your motherfucking mind, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And I'm doing whatever I can. I'm going to therapy, going to counseling. I'm taking necessary steps to try to better myself. And if that isn't good enough for him, well then shit, I don't know what else to say to him.
You're in therapy now. And what can you say to me to guarantee you will never try to contact, have a sexually charged conversation with, or try to have sex with a teenage girl again?
What can I say to you?
How can you guarantee to me that this will not happen again?
I don't know how I can guarantee it to you. I guess you're just going to have to fucking trust me.
Your trust level isn't great right now.
I understand. I mean, I know it's up on.
Okay, this must have happened before the actual documentary, because in the documentary, when he talked to his name, Mike Chum, whatever the fuck his name is, he revealed that he made a AI girlfriend that is underage. So this interview right here must have taken place before the actual documentary had taken place, and then they took this interview and just added to the documentary. Had to have. Now I seen where Chris Hansen and I think his name is Mike Chum, whoever made the documentary, they had a sit down. I haven't watched that yet neither. I might watch it, but I probably won't react to it. But I wonder if that is revealed in there, because he just told another lie. Well, you have to fucking trust me. But you made a 16-year-old underage AI girlfriend. Even though it's not a real person, it's still, the mindset is still there. So if you didn't have the AI, you probably still would have tried again, because the mindset is there. The fuck?
A scale of 1 to 100, it's at about like a fucking 40. Probably lower than that. You know what I mean?
2, 3, maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I understand, I mean, all I can say is, since I've been going to therapy, I haven't had any urges or any desires to even want to.
But what happens if, as you said before, you start to feel lonely?
Lying bitch.
Need some company, and there's a 13 or 14 or 15-year-old girl available, or you're going to go for it again?
Well, it's actually a good thing you say that, because I've actually had multiple people hit me up on Instagram posing to be 13, 14-year-olds, and I've blocked them all.
Well, after getting caught twice.
Well, yeah, I mean that's ultimately like learning your fucking lesson. I mean, I'll have to be a fucking, just a complete dumbass. I mean, if not the fucking first 2 times, it's like, goddamn, but they would hit me up. I would see their profile, 14 block, don't even say anything. If I do say anything, I'm just like, yo, go do your fucking math homework, block. Just don't. I'm not for the bullshit. Leave me the fuck alone.
Here's a question.
I have an answer.
Because I don't understand this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You are known for sending pictures of your own feces to people.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
So, here's the problem with protective phone cases.
Now, I see this in the documentary already. Wait a minute, I got to hear Chris Hansen again say that ain't
I
right.
understand this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You are known for sending pictures of your own feces to people.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
So I seen this part actually in the documentary. So the first time I seen it, I cried laughing. I'm not gonna laugh that hard probably again because I seen it actually in the documentary on that last one. But it takes a special someone to get up. This is gonna be real gross. We're almost done because I wanna react to one more thing before I get off here for the day. And then I gotta get to my fitness channel over the weekend because I gotta upload another video on the fitness channel. But it takes a special kind of person, as big as he is, with as much food as he eats, to take a shit. Because he probably eats like 5 pounds of fucking food a day. So about 9 pounds come out total because water and everything else come with it. Okay? But to stand up, take one of these devices, turn around, and take a fucking picture of his goddamn feces. And then go, you know what? I'm going to send this fucking shit to people. I know I got a green screen on. You guys probably can't see me out there on the football field, right? Okay, that green's being blocked out. Can you imagine getting a picture of a lot of green shit on your phone? Like the guy that did the documentary was getting multiple pictures from this guy. So he is obsessed with his feces. Understand what that means. I seen a comment. All the comments are from multiple channels that I went through and looked at the comments, the most funniest ones. If you are obsessed with doo-doo, that means you are obsessed with booty holes. Okay? Let that sink in. Women, if your man only want to have anal sex with you, that's a big red flag. I'm about to quote the Hog twins now. It's a double red flag. If he always want to put in your doo-doo hole, you better let him go. The only time, listen, from a health standpoint, you should know what feces mean in the toilet for health standpoints. So if you get up and you clean yourself, it's okay to look and see if you got diarrhea, solid stools, constipation stools, because that tells you what's going on with your gut health. Your gut health is the gateway to your brain and your overall body health. But to take a picture of what you did in the toilet and then to send it is some sick shit. Look at some sick shit. That's all I'm going. It takes a special kind of person to do some shit like that. I'm sorry, it just does. His face, Chris Hansen got, that ain't right. His whole face just tells a story.
It ain't right for them to troll my ass either.
Yeah, but let's stick with the one question first.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, the reason I do that is because people fuck with me. People troll my ass. People, they like to sit back and dox where I live, where I work and shit. You know what I mean? If anything, I mean, shit, man, you know.
So you send them a picture of your feces. To prove what point?
Just to fuck with them, to see, hey man, you guys control me, I control your ass back. You know what I mean? Now to be honest,
I can't help it. I know I got my mic up. I'm laughing hard. I know I can't help it. So yeah, Chris Hansen. So you send them pictures of your feces just to get back at them. Like, oh, boy, that shit is fucking just crazy, man.
Chris, they're actually getting off light. If that was somebody else, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers out here doxing where they work and shit, they probably wouldn't beat their ass. You know what I mean? Because people can be found, just like I could be found. You know? So me sending disgusting ass shit pics, that's motherfucker, you getting off light. You know what I mean? And I honestly do stand by that. You know, it's like I'm over here.
That's your way of getting back at them.
Right. I'm over here trying to do my thing, trying to work, trying to cope with all this shit that's going on. And you over here fucking with me. It's like, what am I supposed to just sit back there and just
Chris Hansen's trying so hard not to laugh. It's not even fucking funny, man.
Why speak out now? I tried to talk to you several months ago, maybe a year or so ago. You declined the invitation. Why now? Why speak out now? What's the purpose of it?
Well, I declined the invitation because I wasn't really sure who was, like, if you were real, you know what I mean? I've gotten mashed at work pretending to be Chris Hansen and all these other people, and I'm just like, it could be a fucking troll. It could be another goddamn setup. It could be somebody else, you know what I mean? So I just really wasn't sure which one was real, you know what I mean?
And how's life for you now?
To be honest with you, life is actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, it's about as great as it could get with, you know, everything that's went on, you know what I mean? Blessed to have 2 jobs, blessed to have a vehicle, blessed to have a roof up over my head, stuff like that.
Do you have a relationship?
I don't know. Well, I did. But yeah, she was very.
You had a relationship that you fucked up. I'm willing to guarantee you fucked it up. Or she was using you, but I'm more inclined to believe you fucked it up. Okay? Everybody wants their few minutes of fame, and even though you don't have a big following no more, you're still a very popular person in the reality of fucking things. So I think her just giving it you for the documentary purpose, because you probably told her, yeah, you know, they doing a documentary about me, man. You know, you can be in if you want to. She wanted to be in the documentary. Once that skit was over, she dumped you most likely. That's why she didn't want to sleep with you. And then you probably told her to try to clear your name up. She said the most dumbest thing one could say. Well, that's not the Brian I know. The Brian I know isn't trying to talk to underage girls. You don't understand. He has a history of doing it. So if you follow the logic, history has a tendency to repeat itself unless there is some serious intervention, which it wasn't. He quit therapy as well. So, you know, that tells you the type of guy he is. You wouldn't put out, so he claimed he called it off with you. For all we know, he probably paid you to be his girlfriend. See, the smart folks know. We know.
Very controlling.
Controlling of you.
Yeah, she was very controlling.
After all this talk, all this grooming.
Very controlling, very annoying.
Talking about shoving your arm up some woman's behind in the chats. All that stuff. Somebody was controlling of you?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say controlling. I'm sorry, that was the wrong word. I would probably say annoying. You know, you want me to go into the specifics? Or, yeah, so I mean, I'm the type of person to where, like, you know, obviously with dialysis and stuff going on, kidney failure and shit like that, whatever, there will be times where, like, after treatment, I'll be like dead ass tired. You know, and she'll call me up, hey, you want, I'm gonna hang out. By the way, she's 41. Just want to throw that out there. She'll hit me up and she'll be like, hey, you want to hang out, blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, like, I am fucking like dead ass tired. Like, like to the point to where like I'm literally crawling to get to my damn bed, and I feel like, you know, she'll like sometimes like low key like guilt trip me into like, you know, oh well, you don't have to go, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, well, listen to the tone of your fucking voice. Like obviously you want me to come over, you know what I mean? And when I go over there, I'm like half goddamn dead and stuff. And oh well, you know, you're half dead and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, well, shit, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I told you before, you know what I mean? So, um, to be honest with you, Chris, man, like I just, you know, it's funny because like
I built a base 44 super agent to handle my admin, and 3 weeks later, it closed a deal.
you know, this entire time I've always wanted to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? And actually be with somebody and, you know, I guess like someday have kids or whatever. But I feel like, you
know, fat people have a hard time making babies, believe it or not. Inflammation, low testosterone. Lower testosterone normally means that you don't have a high rate of fertility. I mean, you don't have a lot of swimmers. You may have some dysfunctional swimmers too. You know, they grade sperm by grade A down to F. And so, if you're trying to have kids, the first thing I would tell you, if you wasn't such a fucking fuck up, is to lose weight. But since you have a craving for the young mind, the young body, I would. I knew you gonna say something. I would recommend you not to have kids. Having kids isn't for everyone, and it seemed like the worst people to make kids. I see they news stories on the TV, and then it's the children are just going through horrible conditions, and it's not fair for them at all. You know, you're gonna bring a life to the world, you better be damn willing to take care of one. But in your case, you don't need kids. What you need is a serious fucking lesson in life. Because I know you ain't learned your lesson because the AI girl. And once that runs its course, you'll be unsensitized to what you was doing. So you'll get an even greater stimulus once you go back to doing it. It's like when you have sex too many times and you get unsensitized to it, right? It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel that good. So you had to get resensitized to it. So you go away from it for a while. You try something new or whatever. And then you'll come back to it, and then it feels amazing again. That's like that with everything. You do something too much, you get desensitized from it. So you have to get resensitized to it again. So it's just a matter of time before you go back to doing the real shit again. Because you ain't learned a lesson. You need a rude awakening. And getting locked up and getting fucked in your ass will probably be your awakening. If you don't croak before then.
Oh, not for most, but for some guys, you know, when they actually get into relationships, it's not what all it was fucking hyped up to be. You know what I mean? You're just like, yeah, I would rather be the fuck alone. Like, you know what I mean? So
Do you ever think you'll be a content creator again?
I am a content creator still. Yeah, I have my own website. I post videos on Instagram here and there and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously it's not as big as my YouTube channel once was, but I mean, you know, I have a website. The word is still getting out. We're still having a great time, you know, shooting shit or whatever. So.
And to all of y'all that support this nasty motherfucker, y'all are all the same. Because birds of a feather flock together. So for anyone that's still supporting this fucking man on his website and Instagram post talking about, man, you awesome, man. Y'all are sick just like him. Because y'all think he ain't do nothing wrong. And trust me, there are fanatic fans out there just like that. Look at the MAGA people for Trump. Whoever their hero is, whoever they idolize, they gonna follow that motherfucker to the ends of the world. So their ideology is just like yours. All those motherfuckers need to be locked up just like you. Yeah. That is nasty. Does MVP? I don't know. I don't know. What speculate on that, Dante? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're still having a great time out there, you know.
Is there anything else you want people to know about you and your situation?
Yeah. I've learned my lesson. I'm a changed individual. I'm making steps to become a changed individual. Let me rephrase that. You know, just know that I'm not actually, you know, I'm not going out there fucking, you know, because I live like right by a fucking school. You feel me? I'm not out fucking praying on motherfuckers or like, you know, whatever, you know. So
you live by a school. Yeah. Give it time.
Yeah, just know that I'm out here trying to live my best life. Obviously I've made a lot of, you know, fucked up mistakes and I'm paying for it.
Will you ever be caught in a sting again?
No.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. If you thought this interview was interesting, you'll be happy to know that so does the district attorney in Kern County, California, who has reopened the investigation into EDP445 and is now potentially using the information in this interview to consider further charges against him. We'll keep you posted right here. You should also know that proceeds from Mike Klum's documentary will go to RAIN.org, an organization which helps victims of sexual violence. I'll see you right back here next Wednesday for another episode of Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. Monday is when Predators I've Caught drops, and every Thursday, another episode of Takedown with Chris Hansen, our Predator investigations, comes out on my streaming network, True Blue. Watch trueblue.com. Until then, I'll be watching and listening.
All right, Hap, why don't you have a seat right over there? This guy's laughing. Okay. Now, let me do something real quick. I want to react to something. I seen this earlier, okay? I want you to look at a real diehard motherfucker. I'm gonna get over here. I want you to look at a real sick motherfucker. Now, this is on police activity. I'm about to share this screen. Okay? I want you to look at a real sick motherfucker. All right? You got that right. It was the worst documentary I ever seen. I want you guys to look at a real hardened, sick motherfucker. Okay? For those of you who have a weak stomach, please turn away.
Are you Cortez? Keep your hands. Shots fired! Shots fired!
You guys see what he did? Now, let me give you a backstory. So, that guy is wanted in connection with keeping his girlfriend against her will, or ex-girlfriend. Okay, she flew out, I think, to Ohio for a wedding. He met her at the airport and pretty much took her against her will. He's a black guy. I think that's a white woman. Okay. So cops get notified. They pull up, and he proceeds right in front of the cops to execute her right in front of the cops. So see, this is a real hard ass. And I think he had a criminal history as well. But I want you to watch how many times he shot her.
You Cortez?
He pushes her right there, right? Pulls the gun out. Now, she knew it was over with at that point. He pulls the gun, shot her right in the face. Literally, she was dead before she hit the ground. That's one time. That's 2 times. That's 3 times. That's 4 times. That's 5 times. Shot her 5 times. 2 in the head, 3 in the chest. Now the cop starts putting down fire. Hopping all over the goddamn place. He can't even shoot the motherfucker. This is what I'll tell EDP. Wide angle lens, this might be a good 5 yards. Maybe 7 yards from each other. So what? About a good 10 to 15 feet from each other. Okay? And he can't even hit that target. And he's moving. And the cop is moving, trying to hit a moving target. And then he's using one hand instead of using 2 for a more accurate shot.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Cop still laying down fire, still dropping his flashlight. I don't know why he got a light on. But you can see, I mean, he's shooting wide left in front of him. He's trying to anticipate the shot. Once again, using one hand because of adrenaline. He's probably going for another reload too. But he's finally going to get his ass, okay? He got him right there. Send a punch. And he's gonna execute the fuck out of him.
2, suspect down! Suspect down! Give me cards now!
Now. The woman's dead. I listen. I mean, her cap is over here. He literally shot her in the face. She's dead. She was dead when she hit the goddamn ground. I mean, lights out. Shooting one bullet to the brain, lights out. He's gonna die. But I'm gonna show you something. I want to get up close and personal. Okay? Whenever you see a guy or a woman do one of these, watch what he does. He shot. Okay? Whenever you see this, and he wanted to die. That's why he did what he did, and then he was running around like a motherfucker. He could have just kept on running straight. I mean, it was fucking stupid. But
go help her! Go help her!
See how he laid out? He's out. Okay, now pay attention.
Go help her! Stay right there! Stay right there! Stay there!
Pay attention.
Stay there!
This is what happens when the nervous system gets that last rush of adrenaline and the body is trying to stay alive. Watch what happens. And he got what he deserved. I guess he didn't want her to be with nobody else, so that's why he did what he did. See how his hand went in the fencing? See his hand, see how he looking up? His hand went in the offensive movement tactic. That means that's a brain injury too. Okay? And the nerves are shutting down. And that's a defensive posture. So he's gone. When you see shit like that, agonal breathing, he's gone. So he got what he deserved. Okay? But
cuffs, get him in cuffs. Show me your hands.
The reason why I am bringing this up, and also when you get shot and you're dying, you shit yourself. He pretty much gone. He got raided. That's raid. See how that shit? See how he shitted himself? He shitted himself. Well, pissed himself. See that right there? See that right there? See that? That's what happens when you want to be a hard ass EDP. This type of shit. I'm trying to pause. See right there? That he's gone. He's out of there. That's it. When you lose control of your bowels and you've been shot a lot of times, either you got shot in the spine and you just can't control no more, or your body's shutting down. So for EDP to act like a hard ass, just know that that's going to end up happening to you. He didn't care about the cops being there. He shot her point blank in front of the cops because he was ready to die that day anyway. I seen that this morning. It's some fucked up shit. But he deserved what he got. So, and then I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to show you guys something else. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me show you guys something. I want you to tell me, what would you do if this happens to you? Okay? Let me find it real quick. I seen that this morning. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now, We all remember that flooding that happened over in Nepal, right? So let me find the one. Let me find it. Cause this shit was crazy. Let me find it. I want to find it. Let me find it. This shit was crazy, man. Okay. Is this the one I'm looking for?
The catastrophic.
Nope, thank you. Give me 1 second. This will be the last thing I'm going to react to. Then, oh, here we go. I want you guys.
The catastrophic flash.
God damn it, bitch.
The catastrophic flash flooding that devastated
Where
parts
is
of Nepal.
God, it's being fucking stupid.
The catastrophic flash flooding.
Hold on. I'm trying to make it big and they keep fucking doing that stupid shit. This is a short. There we go. Okay. Now, I want you guys to see this. Some cool shades for the stream. Shine, you got it. I've been had shades. See that? These Falcons, but you know, I've been had some shades. I want you guys to ask yourself a question. If you was to see this, and this was coming your way, and you knew that this was probably the end, all right? I'm gonna take myself out of this. I want you guys to see it in full time. How would you react? Can you imagine all of this coming your way? I mean, look at that. Look at that. The water was moving at over 120 miles an hour. Do you guys see that shit? What would you do? What would you do if that was you? I want you guys to think about that. I was trying to find the one where I could rewind it back. Fox News got a good one. Yeah, I use Fox News. I use this one. I want you guys to see it one more time. I really want you guys to think. That's why you don't take nothing for granted in this world at all. Come on, you fucking ass.
This is such an unbelievable.
Okay, this is why you don't take nothing for granted in this world. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Tell me about it. Once again, these people hear the water coming. Now this happened because the glacier gave way in the mountain and it hit the river and melted and all that shit and the water came coming down the mountain. But I want you guys to tell me, what would you have done?
Event here. Oh my God.
What? I mean, everybody's trying to flee. This building ain't gonna stop shit. Bruce Lee said, be like water. Tranquil but powerful when need be. Now I'm adding the spin to the end. But water can be silent and deadly. Tranquil but ferocious. Look at these people. I mean, they know it was over with. You got rocks, cars, bricks, trees, mountain sediment, ice, fish, houses, roofs. I mean, so many people was eating their last meals or just minding their business. What would you do?
People dead.
Look at that, man.
Floods swept through the Himalayan region. Hundreds more people still remain missing, including visitors from all around the world.
Look at that.
Jeff Paul is in London. He's got the latest. A devastating.
I just want you guys to keep that in mind. I have been watching like a lot of tornado videos too on YouTube, AccuWeather, and just seeing like the amazing force of the world, how the earth produce storms, because that's how the earth stabilizes itself. There's more earthquake going on too, guys, in case you ain't been aware of that. But how the earth has to utilize energy in order to stay balanced. And that comes in the form of weather. So it's crazy, right? How if you just take a step back and just look at the world as a whole. I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys. Just to try to get the bad taste of EDP out of our mouths. Because let's face it, in Cheyenne, yes, I have shades, man. I have shades. Yeah, so I wear them from time to time. Listen, football season coming. Football season coming. Gonna be a whole bunch of this on. A lot of this on. I gotta drop some other stuff about football too. I gotta talk about Michael Penix. I did a video. I thought he was gonna play in preseason, but that's not gonna happen. They play tonight in Miami, and then of course we're gearing up for the first home game here. And you guys know I do the Rise Up Flag Crew with a lot of other people. We volunteer annually for that. I do multiple home games, so I should be on the field when we take on the Panthers to welcome the team out on the field upcoming here in September. So I'm gearing up for that game. Matter of fact, I've been doing a lot of hamstring work to run that flag and shit out there. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to release a video after the 53-man roster across the NFL to tell you guys who I think going to win what divisions and who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl this year. And I can tell you right now, I love the Falcons. This is my 29th season as being a fucking fan. I love the Falcons. But I can tell you this, they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. Not at least, it could, but I don't think so. For you Cowboy fans out there, though, and Lord knows I can't believe I'm saying this. I got my eye on y'all this season. I think the Cowboys is going to surprise a lot of fucking people this year in the NFC. But football talk aside, I'm keeping that for that next week when I do that video. And now I'm going to upload my training camp video from, my autographs and pictures and stuff being out there before the season kicks off. And then there's one more thing I got to upload too. And that's mainly it. So I got some more content coming. I will be on the fitness channel over the weekend or on Monday. I got to upload these 2 videos on that channel. And I'm going to do some reactions to a couple of workouts that I seen that kind of caught my eye on that channel. And then I should be back on this channel next week with more content. Gonna probably talk about Donald Trump. Gonna probably talk more about some reaction stuff. I got another stream set up. So I'm getting back to streaming weekly. So I'm enjoying that as well. And I'm also... I also been enjoying the change in the green screens and shit like that and the viewership. So things are getting better on the channel. But of course the channel went down because I wasn't on it a lot. Like I say, my summers are busy. And then me being a trainer, I'm getting clients, so I'm busy. So you gotta prioritize what's more important. Content or actually making money, and actually making money is more important than making content to me. And then, with my kids getting older and being a husband at the same time, my priorities is a lot different than the average YouTuber. But I do appreciate the subs that are still subbing that do watch. I really do appreciate it. Oh, yeah. That was a sad motherfucker. Yeah, he ain't got enough time to run. It's just over with. I ended with this. I'm going to end it with this, man. I got to get ready to go. I got to take care of some stuff before I get my kids from school this weekend. And then get prepared for the game. Come be watching the game. And I got to get ready to put the grill, fire the grill up. Probably go grill some ribs. Don't know yet. Either ribs or steak. I'm figuring it out in a little bit. But it takes a special kind of person to execute a woman that left you and you had a vendetta against that person. Because in the description, that was his ex. So it takes a special kind of person to do that. And all of that stuff EDP talked about doing, no. He doesn't have that type of record. That dude had a record, a criminal record. And for him just do it right in front of a cop tells me he didn't give 2 fucks. He was ready to die that day. That's why he did what he did. That's exactly why he did what he did. And then he kept running around in circles, instead of just running away. He kept running around in circles. So he wanted to die. He was like, if I can't have you, nobody's going to have you type bullshit. So it takes a special kind of person. See, people like that with an actual criminal record, you should have some you should keep your flag up kind of high, your caution flag up kind of high. Like real combat vets, not the ones that, You can tell the difference between real combat vets like myself and those loudmouth talking motherfuckers, right? Like a real combat vet like me, we don't sit around and broadcast how many people we killed and how gun-ho we are and we fear nothing. Most of us that actually been through something, we tend not to want to talk about it too much, and then we look for things to keep our minds off of. That's why a lot of us turn to drinking, smoking. We were thrill seeking once we got out because we didn't know we had post-traumatic stress. And so you can always tell the real combat vet from the one that went to combat and didn't really see nothing. Like, they the loudest talking, oh, I'll shoot a baby, and I'll do this, and I try not to think about Iraq a lot of damn times. I was there. I had a job to do. I did my job, and I got out. You see anything where I see enough? I don't like reliving it. I have nightmares. I don't like reliving that shit. So the same thing applies when you dealing with veterans, because you got some of us that don't care about cops. We'll blow your brains out too, you know. And we're not gonna broadcast all that fucking shit. We ain't gonna do all that. You know, we ain't gonna do all that. And then a lot of us tend to stay to ourselves. What you mean by full body checkup? You talking about the guy that did what he did, or you talking about me? So but at the end of the day, everybody in this world has stressors. It's how you deal with the stressors. Some of us had bad childhood coming up, and so we're fucked up from that. Some of us, COVID fucked us up, seeing all that death and destruction. Iraq for me, molestation for others. Everybody has some type of stressor in their lives. It's just, if you let that stressor control you, that impulse control you, that's when it becomes a problem. The one thing I cannot stand, Emily Reed had got me so mad a few years ago. If it's one thing I can't stand, when you try to say you got post-traumatic stress just to try to act out, as a green card to act out, a golden ticket to act out. I'm not happy I have post-traumatic stress, because I had to alter my life in a way to where I had to accept it. I had to make changes to adapt to it. You have to learn grounding techniques, breathing techniques. You have to watch your triggers. So I had to do things that I was uncomfortable doing, because I was so calm in my normal life, to where that forced me to change. But at the same time, it opened up my eyes to a lot about life. So it's a double-edged sword. But I know how to deal with my stress instead of letting the stress make me make impulsive decisions like how I used to be when I was younger. So if you really want help, you can get help. But a lot of people don't want that help. They want to use it as a golden ticket. I still have nightmares. I still get irritated. I still have days where I just want to pop people's heads off their fucking body because they make me real mad. But instead of letting that drive my impulses, I tend to ground, avoid, and just put my mind on something positive. And that's how I've been able to deal with my post-traumatic stress since 2010. Yeah, so you can always, I appreciate Dante, you can always tell when someone is bullshitting you and when someone is real with you. So if you have any mental health issues, go speak to someone. And we all have stressors. Some of us do need that help. But a lot of times, just some behavior changes bring about change. Lifting weights was the greatest thing that I ever found, and getting in shape. Because you challenge yourself, and that builds character. That will change the way you think. Putting on muscle regulates sugar. It has a lot of neurological benefits, and you would tend to do better in life when stress comes your way, instead of not having the neural drive to want to adapt. Because training is adaptation. And when you constantly train, you train your brain, you train yourself to try to challenge yourself, you adapt to change easy. And that's what helped me cope with my post-traumatic stress. So everybody got to find an outlet. Yeah, we all been through a lot. But anyway, guys, it's been 3 hours. I got stuff to do. I will be back next week. Stay tuned. I got another fitness video dropping. And until then, EDP, fuck you. Chris Hansen, I think I'll sub to your channel. I'll watch some. I'll sub to your channel. And until the next live stream, you guys stay safe. This has been your boy, Savar Matner. Go Falcons tonight. Until next week, I'm out, everyone. Stay safe. Peace.